Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Kazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for man, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
What could be better than two rivals meeting for a spot in the Dakota Bowl today in the Division A football semifinals as the number 1 ranked Kindred Vikings host the 4th ranked Central Cass Squirrels. A pleasant, good, a little chilly and rainy Saturday morning here from Jerlo Field in Kindred. I'm Chase Miller alongside Brady Seabills, who will be roaming the sidelines here today. Central Cass fended off Bishop Bryan 29-28 in the quarters and the quarterfinals as Jake Thompson interception sealed the game late in the 4th quarter. Sophomore quarterback Brody Kegley also broke the single-season passing record as he now stands with 2,263 yards through the air this season. For Kindred, they got up early and never trailed in their 39-20 win over Shiloh Christian. Senior quarterback Jake Starcevic returned from an injury and played on the offensive side of the football, while teammate senior Kylan Swenson needs just 19 rushing yards to get over 1,000 on the year. Second meeting between the teams here in 2024. Kindred down Central Cass 48-7 in Castleton back on September the 20th, and the only loss for Central Cass this season, and ironically the last time and the last team to beat Kindred is Central Cass back on October the 29th in 2022 on this very field with a 14-10 comeback win in the quarterfinal round. Joining us again, Brady on the sidelines. Brady, you and I were here earlier today. We saw the rain kind of come through. You look on the forecast right now, not the worst thing, all things considered. A lot of times we might be talking a foot or two of snow out there. So where you stand on the field, what's the weather conditions, and how would maybe that rain impact the football field here later today?
Yeah, Chase, great to be here today. You mentioned a little bit of rain passing through, so a little bit slick is the grass right now, but really that's going to be fine. It's a well-worn field, right? You can tell it's November. It's had a lot of football played on it, so maybe a little bit of brown spots, but hey, the field conditions are the same for everyone. And like you mentioned, it's not snow. It's mid-40s. It's a Saturday in November. Where else would we rather be but right here on the Jerlo Field here in Kindred?
Well, last year on the semifinal, they had to play at Fargo North against the Cardinals on turf. They're able to host it this season. 49 degrees overcast skies. Again, we expect it to be a nice day, a little south wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Brady, the Vikings have a 23-game winning streak, as we alluded to here. The last team to beat them is Central Cass 2 years ago. So what do you take about the matchup? First things first, with the big winning streak for the Kindred Vikings and being the defending champs, going up against your rival to try to get to the Dakota Bowl here later today.
Yeah, like you mentioned, it is a rival. These two teams have played a few times since then, so I think that just kind of added to the rivalry, that upset win a couple years ago. But you can tell these two teams already, there's nothing unfamiliar about these teams. They've seen each other plenty. They'll see each other plenty in the rest of the sports seasons. They're both ready to go. Obviously, they don't overlook their opponent here tonight.
The last couple weeks, you saw the Squirrels against Botno and against Bishop Bryan. What impressed you, or who impressed you most from the Central Cass perspective before you talk about the Kindred side?
I think first off, just the fight for the Central Cass Squirrels. Obviously, that they got off to the big start on a Saturday, that 13-0 lead. Then the Lions came back, scored 20 unanswered points in the 3rd quarter, and you kind of thought, oh, how's this game going to go? And then all of a sudden, that 4th quarter, again, Central Cass just able to get that fight, able to get those couple of touchdowns that they needed, and really what was an instant classic. And really it starts with number 12, Colton Cruchet. He has really taken up the slack these last couple of weeks here in the season, really helping kind of being that face of the offense, helping out his sophomore quarterback in Brody Kegley, and he's one that you're going to need again here today if you want to try to pull up the victory.
When you take a look at the Kindred Vikings here, obviously having their senior back in Jake Starcevic at quarterback is a big thing. Kylan Swenson, is a beast when he's able to run, but I think the offense and defensive line is where you kind of almost have to start here, Brady, with the Kindred Vikings. They open up lanes for the offense. Obviously, they allow Starcevic to throw the football. Then defensively, they only play with 3 down linemen, but they get after the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. It starts there at the line of scrimmage there. Kindred, they've got some big guys up front, and that's exactly what they need. They're a physical team. They want to run the football. They want to go ground and pound. They are happy moving the ball in, the 4 or 5 yards of play, really trying to assert themselves offensively and defensively, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback to try to make it a tough night for the Central Cass offense.
Thank you very much, Brady. Later on in the pregame, we'll get his biggest keys to victory or an X factor here a little bit later on as well. But when we come back from Kindred, we'll sit down with the coaches. Tommy Butler of Central Cass is first up, followed by Eric Bergedahl of the Vikings. A spot in the Dakota Bowl is up for grabs. It's the Division A football semifinals between Kindred and Central Cass today on YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm PJ Rund, and I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, there's a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You couldn't help but like it here. That's what I say.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard. As we continue on our pregame show here today from Kindred, it's the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred Vikings in the Division A semifinals. Winner earns a spot to the Dakota Bowl at the Fargo Dome next Friday. Joining us coming up now here from the Central Cass Squirrels perspective is the head coach, that is Tommy Butler, joining us. And Tommy, before we talk about the matchup with Kindred the second time around, let's first talk about the resiliency of your club here this season. A few games come to mind. Going up to Langdon, finding a way to beat the Cardinals. Obviously, EEK about as close to a playoff atmosphere as you could get in a regular season, knowing what a win or a loss would do in terms of the playoff seeding. And then obviously last week back and forth against Bishop Ryan. What have you learned most about your teams in those tight, pressure-packed, jam situations throughout the course of the season?
This team's resilient. This team is different. I've been saying that all year to our guys. This team is different. This is not the normal type high school team that, gets down or blows a little bit of a lead or anything like that and panics. Like, we've been here, we've been through it. We've also gotten our doors blown off by Kindred. So we've experienced everything this year. So there is no, I don't think there's anything that we haven't seen yet. We've seen a tight game. We've seen a dominated game. We've seen a game where we've gotten our doors blown off. Like I said, we've also, beat the brakes off some other teams. So we've kind of done it all. We've been through it all, which is, I think, what you want, going into the playoffs. I think we're playing our best ball right now. And again, I think we've gotten to see everything that you can see. We've seen up tempo, or we've seen, teams throw the ball against us. We've seen teams try to pound it on us. On the defensive side, we've seen teams play man coverage against us. We've seen teams try to blitz us. We've seen the whole gamut. So now it's just about playing and executing and trying to win one-on-one matchups. And I think that's what this team's most excited to do.
As I always like to do, bring up at least a player or two. One of those players is Colton Crochet here. Over 1,000 yards on the season, averaging almost 6 yards per pop, 17 touchdowns. That's just on the ground. And just on the offensive side of the ball, what have you seen from Mr. Crochet's performance throughout the year here, Tommy?
He's a dog. That's just that's the best word that we use for him. He's a dog. He plays so hard. He gives you everything that he has. He's super physical as a runner, as a tackler. He's not afraid of anything. You know, his mentality is going forward all the time. You know, he just makes us such a better team because of that style. You know, you feel good when that dude's in the ball game. And then, like you said, defensively, I mean, he's returned a pick for a touchdown. I think he's got one or two more on the season. You know, he creates turnovers, and like I said, he's willing to bang with an offensive lineman, but he's fast enough to run down your running back on a sweep, and he can cover people down the field. So he does it all for us. And again, I think he's just honestly he's learning how to play running back right now. He's always been the best athlete on his team, but he's learning the craft of how to read and manipulate blockers and defenders. And so to me, I think he's only going to get better with that every game. And I think that's what you see. And now he's up over 1,000 yards.
When you take a look at the Kindred Vikings and the Central Cast Squirrels here, what can you take from game number 1 into game number 2? Even though these teams are different, there has been, a month and a half of football between the last 2 meetings here, Tommy. But what is going to be similar or change from game 1 to game number 2?
Yeah, I mean, I think the similarities are obviously, I mean, that, we're going to pretty much do the same types of things on both sides for both teams. Yeah, we're going to have wrinkles. We're going to have some things that we do that are a little different. But like we're going to do what we do that got us here to this. Neither one of us, I know, are going to change drastically in what we do now because we're playing the other team. Obviously, on our end, we have to make some changes because what happened last time didn't work. I think we had like 70 yards of offense and gave up like 350 defensively. So you do have to make changes, but it's not. You're not bringing in, some wild new package, out of nowhere type deal like that. That's not going to work either. So, we have to do, to me, our thing as coaches is we have to put our kids in positions to win. Last time we did not do that. So we have to make some of those subtle adjustments. Kindred obviously defensively is going to do what they do because that's what they've been doing for 4 years. They do not change. Everybody knows what they're going to do and it doesn't matter. So for us, it's trying to take advantage of some of those things that they do, which again is very, very hard to do. And then offensively, it's stopping their run game and making Starsvik make tight window throws. Again, I think everybody tries to do that and has not had success in 2 years going against them. But we feel like we have some favorable matchups that we think we can win or contest. Just to make the game hard. I think if we can get them to the fourth quarter and it's a tight ball game, boy, I wouldn't count this team out. I mean, we've been there, we've done that. So to me, that's our goal. We want to make them play 4 quarters, bring them into the deep water, and we're going to see if they can tread water because we know we can. They have not been tested like that since last year in the semifinals. And again, they're very well coached. I know they're preaching the same thing. Hey, Central Cast is going to, bring the noise. They're going to bring that juice there. But I want to make them play 4 quarters. And then, hey, we'll let the chips fall where they're at. They're a great team, but that to me is my goal. If they beat us in the fourth quarter, hats off. Hey, we gave them the best run I think anybody's going to give them. But if this is, I just don't want it to be like last time where it gets out of control early. And now, it's a, freaking stinker. Nobody wants to watch that. Like, I want this to be a fun game. I want this to be an entertaining game. And I want to play 4 quarters with those guys.
Final thing for me before we let you go here, Tommy, and you kind of alluded to it already, but is there an X factor in terms of 1 or 2 players? Is there an X factor in terms of the linebacker spot? Maybe it's wide receivers. Could it be a special teams play? What's an X factor when you get to a game like this that could put yourself over the top and allow you to win a certain area of the game that gets you to your ultimate goal, which is the Fargo Dome?
Yeah, I mean, defensively, you have to limit their run game. You have to. Bako's really, really good, but like that, if they're doing both, they'll kill you. If they're able to run the ball and they're able to throw it, it's game over. So to me, you have to stop the run first. You have to make them throw the ball down the field. And again, we got killed on that last time, but I'll live with that. I mean, I just, If I'm going to lose, it's you making big time throws down the field to a dude in him and Bindis down the field. I know that there's a chance that they don't complete those. I know that if we try to cover that and we're worried about that and we're doing all, they will beat you running the ball. Like that is a guarantee that that will happen. So I'd rather go down swinging, having them throw the ball on our head, than have them just bludgeon us to death down the field, just running the ball for 6-7 yards of carry. You have to limit one of the two. And again, if they beat you that way, so be it. Take your hat off. Hey, you had to lose some way, and I'll lose that way every time. And then offensively, we cannot be in 2nd and 20s and 3rd and 14s. Like they thrive on that. I mean, that is blood in the water type mentality for them. So again, and that's how we beat them the second time, or when we beat them 2 years ago, was we limited being in 3rd and longs, obviously, other than the 3rd and 17 to Cooper down the field, or 4th and 17, but. You got to limit that type of stuff. You have to be able to run the ball. I think we were the last team to run for 100 yards against them. But again, that's you can say that, but can you do it? So we have to be creative in what we do, and again try to make them tackle us one-on-one over and over and over again. And if they do, hats off. I mean, there's nothing else you can really do there. So.
Hey Tommy, as always, best of luck. Good to see you, and best of luck moving forward here in the semifinals.
I appreciate it, man. Go Squirrels.
And again, Tommy Butler, head coach for the Central Cast Squirrels, will continue on our pregame show after this, here from Kindred.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. As we continue on our pregame show here today from Kindred, the Vikings and the Central Cast Squirrels, a spot in the Dakota Bowl is up for grabs today as the Vikings welcome in again their rival in Central Cast. Joining us is the head coach for the Kindred Vikings. That is Eric Bergedahl here. And Eric, before we talk about the matchup the second time around here for the Central Cast Squirrels, what does it mean to have another home game, another game and Kindred with this particular football team here for the 2024 season, and knowing that you're one step closer to obviously trying to get to your ultimate goal?
Yeah, it's important to play at home for us. It's, not something we take for granted. You only get so many opportunities like this, and there's certainly memories that our kids are going to remember forever. And as a coach, you remember them too. I can go back 5 years, and whether the playoff game was on the road or if the playoff game was at home, 5 years ago, they definitely would have been on the road. We didn't earn any home playoff games back then, but it's you just remember them. So to try to be able to slow down, enjoy the moment a little bit, and still feel prepared and still be intense and give a team your best effort. It's just a really fun time of the year, and we're happy to be in this position.
Let's talk about a couple of the linebackers here, particularly on the inside, the pair of Johnsons of Tyson and Hannon. What have those two kind of brought to the Vikings, particularly on the defensive side of the football here this season, Eric?
When I think of those two players, I think just straight business. Like they're not super vocal leaders, but they do everything that we ask them to do exactly how we want them to do it. They're pretty cerebral. They keep getting sharper and sharper as the weeks go on, and then you see that kind of come out in a physical way. Like as their confidence grows, they start feeling harder. As their confidence grows, they get better in their pass drops or playing man-to-man coverage. whatever it might be. So they're a big piece of what we're doing right now, those two, and I'm excited to see how they can play in the semifinal game as the stage keeps getting bigger and bigger, and they've been battle tested so far. So I'd expect another rock solid performance from them.
Later today, you get a very familiar opponent here in Central Cass. Obviously, you and Tommy Butler are pretty good friends as well on and off the football field. But once you get to a game day like this here, Eric, what kind of stands out going up against a Central Cass Tommy Butler squad?
They're not going to make many mistakes. They're going to have a really, really good game plan that, picks out your weaknesses. So you got to do a lot of self-reflecting coming into a game like this and try to identify your own weaknesses and, grabbing as much as you can from that previous matchup and, deciding, okay, this is a piece of the game plan we want to keep. This is something we want to eliminate. We were expecting this out of them in the first matchup, but we got this instead. So it's just a lot of pieces moving around. And at the end of the day, all you want is for your kids to feel confident in what you're going to do. And if they're feeling confident and they're going to play fast, then I think we got a chance to win.
Looking at the season totals this year, you guys have had a good chunk of explosive plays throughout the course of the season, offensively in particular, averaging, over 8 yards per rush and 16 yards per pass. What does a big play do for the team on the sidelines when you see a Brooks Bako, for example, against Oaks make a one-handed catch in the end zone, or someone able to Hunter Bindis get down the middle on a seam on a tight end spot, or Swenson goes to the outside for a first down or more yards? What do those kind of plays do in a game like this against the Squirrels?
They bring a lot of momentum. They do, and you never want to get too high, you never want to get too low. But when you see your kids battling like that, and like you alluded to, whether you rip off a big run or it's a big play throughout the air, you just know that the kids are ready to compete and they're ready to make those types of plays, and there's more potential for them to keep coming. When you get a big rip like that with Kylan coming out of the backfield, one, you're happy with how your offensive line is playing, but then two, you're happy with his confidence, or whether it's through the air. It provides a lot of excitement and just proves to yourself kind of that, okay, this is going to be a good day for us. We're making plays like this. Let's stay aggressive. Let's keep going at it. And it's just really fun to be a part of. Our sideline gets a little goofy sometimes when Brooks will go up and make a big one like that, but that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be having fun. They're supposed to enjoy the moment. So it's fun to be a part of.
Final thing with head coach Eric Bergedahl here again on our pregame show for the Kindred Vikings. What's the one thing you have to do well, or what's the one area, if you will, here, Eric, that you must win to try to advance and get to the Dakota Bowl here against Central Cass?
Our offensive line needs to be really sharp and confident and who they're blocking and how they're blocking. We got to be able to control the line of scrimmage and rush the football. Defensively, we got to tackle really well. I think they have explosive wide receivers. They'll attack all three levels. They'll throw it short, they'll throw intermediate, they'll throw deep, and then they got a really explosive kid in the backfield too. So just knowing how they're going to attack you, doing our best to pursue the football, doing our best to defeat blocks, and then when we get there, getting there with intentions. We got to be rock solid tacklers on Saturday.
Eric, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here against Central Cass.
Yeah, thank you, Chase.
That again, Eric Bergedahl, head coach of the Kindred Vikings, will continue on the pregame show after this from Kindred. Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The state-of-the-art STEM Center, along with our theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex, will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with their academics and activities.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Our continuous coverage here of the North Dakota Division A football semifinals between Central Cass and Kindred coming up here. And in just a few moments, we'll get to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. Chase Miller, Brady Siebels, and you, part of a two-man into a three-person duo here today, tuning in on your liveevent.com. A reminder, we'll have coverage of the Region 1, Region 2, and Region 3 volleyball tournament. 12 volleyball matches on Monday from Linton HMB to Kindred up to Grafton. Region 1, Region 3, audio only. Region 2 will be video starting in Grafton. Again, those matches on Monday. But right now, who's going to make it to the Dakota Bowl here in the Division A semifinals? It's the Vikings and the Squirrels. Brady, give me your first key to victory here. The coaches simply put, again, Tommy said you have to stop the run against Kindred and you have to run the ball. Well, Eric Bergedahl said it's the offensive line blocking guys and knowing how to block and when to block, and then tackling an open space against this high-octane Kindred offense. So what is an additional key to the game here, Brady?
Yeah, absolutely. I think those two keys from the coaches kind of work well in sync with each other. I think for Central Cass, right, you saw last week that Jacob Thompson diving interception to steal the game. I think if you're the Squirrels, you got to force a couple of turnovers here. Try to maybe get a big play, have the defense kind of create some momentum, try to limit and stop a Kindred drive. And then for Kindred, hey, you just got to do what you got to do, what you've done for the last 23 games in a row, right? They're going to try to keep it simple. They know exactly what they want to do, and they just want to ground and pound, and then they want to just try to overpower the Squirrels here today.
Before we get to starting lineups, give me a playmaker or an X factor for these two teams. Obviously, it's easy to talk about a Cagley and Cruchet for Central Cass. It's easy to talk about a Swenson as an example for the Kindred Vikings, but give me an X factor in this football game here, Brady.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially for the Squirrels, right, we're looking at their wide receivers, right? Jacob Thompson, Grady Link, Wixo, those receivers, right, got to be able to catch the football. If the ball gets in your hands, got to be able to catch it. They're going to lean on you here for this game. You got to try to be able to get some yards after catch. You got to try to maybe make some big plays in the receiving and the passing game if you're Central Cass.
Let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products. Go to crystalsugar.com. That, again, is crystalsugar.com. Central Cass won the toss, elected to receive out in their white uniforms here today with the red numerals and lettering outlined in black with the black pants with the red trim down the side. The Squirrels 10-1 on the season, head coached by Tommy Butler in his 6th year at the helm. They'll go like this. At a center is Mr. Klein at 6'1", senior at 215. Guards of Stahl, a senior at 6'1", 190, and Nelson, a freshman at 5'11", 210. Tackles on the left side is Brady Plants, the 6'2", senior at 215, and Aiden Wunderlich, the right tackle junior at 6'6", 275. Receivers of Noah Tholks, Cale Pearson, and Jake Thomas with Anthony Garman here. All of them are seniors on the season, and all of them have over 30 reception as well. Colton Cruchet, the 5'10", junior with 1,062 rushing yards on the season with 17 touchdowns at the tailback, and Brody Cagley, the 5'11" sophomore at 155 pounds, 2,263 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The yards passing, again, is a single-season school record here for Central Cass. For the Kindred defense, they'll go like this at a 3-man front with Lincoln Swenson, the defensive end spot, with also Luke Starcevic, another defensive end, a sophomore at 6'5", 240, and then the nose guard of Ethan Fornshell, a senior at 245. Linebackers of Miles Stroh, Tyson Johnson, Tannen Johnson, and Hunter Bindis. The two of them are juniors with Stroh and alongside Tannen Johnson, Tyson, and Hunter Bindis are seniors. Corners of Jack McDonald and Brooks Bako here today. Brooks Bako, the 6'5 sophomore, McDonald, the 5'10 senior, Kylan Swinson playing free safety, the 5'10 senior, and Isaac Spellhaug, the 6'3 senior, at strong safety again for the Kindred defense. The Kindred Vikings in their blue tops with the gray pants with the piping of both the blue and the white stripe down the side with the white numerals here today. For the Kindred Vikings, head coach for the Vikings, Eric Bergedahl, in his second year as the head coach. Vikings averaging 43 points per game, defensively giving up 6 points per contest, while for the Central Cass Squirrels, 31 points per game, defensively giving up 20 points per contest. Only loss for Central Cass is to Kindred this season, and on the flip side, the last team to beat the Vikings is Central Cass over 2 years ago on this very field in the quarterfinals. We'll find out what gives after we get to the opening kickoff. But that, again, is our starting lineups brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. For more information, go to crystalsugar.com. Chase Miller, Brady Siebels back after this with the opening kickoff from Kindred.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleveguard Rentals 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
Chase Miller, Brady Siebels, what could be better than a little high school football today between two rivals of the Kindred Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels in the North Dakota Division A football semifinals. A winner has breakfast and a championship game on Friday at the Fargdom. Opening kickoff just after 9 o'clock. So Division A at 9 o'clock on Friday. The 9-man game will follow roughly around noon. 2A will be at 3 o'clock, and the 2A matchup will feature Grand Forks Red River, who's never won a state championship. The last time they've been to a state title is 87, going up against West Fargo Horace, a youthful program under Harvey McMahon in the state championship game for the first time in 2A. 3A, the nightcap on Friday night at 6:40, featuring a pair of EDC schools of Fargo Davies. Last time they won a state title was 2014, going up against Cheyenne. Their only state title is in 2021. So that's 3A, 2A. What's 9-man and 1A gonna continue with? We'll find out here today as the Vikings and the Squirrels tee this one up on a Saturday afternoon at 12:04 for the opening kickoff here, as the Vikings will put this one on the tee, as they will handle it here with Haley. Here's an end-over-end kick going to be returned here by Central Cass roughly at the 12-yard line. Squirrels trying to get to the near side and about to the 29-yard line, as that's Colton Cruchet making his way, and a good starting field position for the Squirrels.
Yeah, Cruchet running up to get the kick kind of in between that, and then one of the men able to get some positive yardage, start out at the 29. Field position's really been a strength for Central Cass throughout this playoff run with them here. They've usually been able to get out past the 20, 25, starting in the 30-yard line range for their drives here after a kickoff far.
We'll get to Brady talking about the wind that's going into the face here of Central Cass. How big of a factor will that be after this play, as the Squirrels are well known that they like to spread things out and try to throw the football around the yard, but they got a good tailback with Crochet. They got to hurry. Play clock gets down to 5 seconds, trying to get set here for Kegley in the pistol. Down to 2. They get the play off with a second to spare. Little out pass. This one will go to Crochet. That'll go as a rush behind the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1.
Yeah, not much there. Tyson Johnson, one of the tacklers there for Kindred, able to get a couple yards, brings up 2nd down and 8.
What is the wind factor today, Brady? Any big repercussions, so to speak, if you're throwing into the wind?
Yeah, during pregame it was pretty windy. It's actually settled down a little bit. Might affect some of the long passing game. We'll see if the Squirrels try to continue with that short passing game and rushing game.
Crochet goes very patient between Stahl, Klein, and Nelson. Eventually gets tackled by Tyson Johnson for a gain of 2 right between the hashes, and they will actually give him a gain of about 3. So 2 carries for 4 yards. Vikings fans already on their feet. The cowbell is out on a Saturday afternoon here in Kindred. Trying to get the motion man to come across, and that will be Luke Starcevic here. The defensive end, and the first penalty of the game will go against the Vikings and make it about a 3rd and 1 yard coming up here for Central Cass.
Yeah, the Squirrels tried to go on 2, hoping to try to get a man to jump. They do so with Starcevic unable to hold his water, and that sets up what was a 3rd and 7. Now a 3rd down and 1, and a lot better offensive percentage here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, 3rd and short here. Kegley again trying to utilize the clap, and then at the opposite side, a game of chess because the Vikings kind of shift their line as well, trying to see if they could get the offensive line to the Squirrels to jump. Long count here for Kegley back in the pistol formation. He looks once and now twice over to the far sideline of the field. Play clock down to 9 seconds and counting here. Trips the near sideline as now you have Pearson in the slot. 1 to left. Crochet in the backfield with Kegley. Clock gets down to 2, and eventually Tommy Butler has to call a timeout. We will take a break with him. Tommy just wanted to make sure he didn't go from 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 6. We'll have a 3rd down and short next here in Kindred.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
I don't mind the timeout early if you're a Central Cass fan. You want to make sure you have a 3rd and short coming up here. So now the Vikings will have 3 men, make that 5 at the line, 3 down linemen, 2 at the defensive end spot. Single high safety across the formation here defensively. Kegley, handoff, Crochet, and Crochet's going to get stoned right at the line. Good interior pressure immediately by Starcevic and company for the Kindred Vikings.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Starcevic there, one of them on the tackle. The defensive line able to win on that play, pushing the Squirrel offensive line back. Nowhere for Crochet to go. Sets up a 4th down.
Central Cass Squirrels, they have ran fake punts before, as Coach Kravachka and the Langdon Cardinals up in Langdon early in the season. What do they do here? It looks like they're going to come out in a punt formation, but they're in a tight wildcat formation. We'll see if they actually punt or if they will go for it. They will go for it. Little side of the right-handed side on the wildcat, and they get the 1st down and some for a gain of 7. And the Vuvuzelas are out with a Crochet 7-yard rush.
Yeah, Crochet, they put him in the wildcat formation as the quarterback, just straight power off to the right side. Offensive line able to get just enough of a hole for Crochet to dive forward, get the 1st down.
4th down, 1 and 1 here so far for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll see how that looms large as this one continues on the drive for the Squirrels at the 45-yard line. Kegley, first pass of the day on the opportunity as he's going to roll the near sideline. Thompson down the field. Thompson comes back. Is there a flag with Bako on the coverage? Yes, it is. Bako's going to get the flag. They went one-on-one. The throw was trying to back shoulder throw on the sideline. Thompson came back for the football. Bako might have just clipped him enough to draw the penalty.
Yeah, credit to Crochet, able to keep the play alive, rolling out to his right, finds a receiver, and like you mentioned, a little bit of handsy. Hey, if that's being called, the refs maybe trying to set the tone early on. If that's going to be called the entire game, I'm fine with the pass interference flag that call on that play, and sets up a 1st down. Is actually be a face mask on the call.
And it'll be a 15-yard variety at that with the personal foul. Wayne Grippentrog is our referee. Umpire of Kelly McNary. Jeff Bugstead is the head linesman, with Lance Aaron, the line judge, and the back judge of Tyler Grippentrog as well. 1st and 10, Squirrels first play in Kindred territory at the Vikings 40-yard line. Kegley handoff, Cruchet. Cruchet has a lane. Cruchet in open space to the 30, and he's taken down at the 29-yard line. Kylan Swenson with a tackle, but not before a gain of 12.
Cale Pearson actually 17 on the carry, but nonetheless a big hole there created by the Squirrel offensive line. Able to get a big play. 1st down and 10 for the Squirrels.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you got Pearson 17 and Cruchet wears number 12, so sometimes you get cut off at the press box. Nicely done by, I know Jim Berkmeyer calls you a radar down there at the times, and right on cue here with Brady Siebels on the sidelines. So far, 2.5 minutes off the drive, which started back at the Central Cast 29-yard line. Pearson with another opportunity here, and look at Pearson go past the 25 to the 21 as the shoestring tackle of Bindus.
Yeah, not much room there. Pearson able to get skinny. There wasn't much of a hole, but he found just enough. Able to get skinny, dives forward, cuts the deficit in more than half, a gain of 8 in 2nd down.
What Central Cass and Tommy Butler said is living up right away for our keys to the game. He said you got to run the football against the Kindred Vikings. Can't live in 2nd and 10 and 3rd and 10. Well, on the opposite side, Eric Bergedahl said he got to tackle in open space, and Bendis was able to there. 2nd and short, little delay play action. Kegley with some time, fires, throws down the near sideline at the 16. That is caught by Noah Thokes for a 1st down.
Yeah, Thokes there, just a simple out route, go to the corner. A great ball delivered there by Kegley in the sideline, able to keep the feet in bounds and set up a 1st down for the Squirrels.
On the Bank North scoreboard, go to banknorth.bank, their new website. 8:50 remaining here in the opening quarter, opening drive of the game, and the first time that the Squirrels have entered the red zone here today. Handoff, this will be Cruchet, and the Vikings able to come back on the backside there for the tackle with Maestro, the backside linebacker, but there is a gain of about maybe a yard to a yard and a half.
Tate Miller also there, able to clean it up, but hey, credit to Cruchet, keeps the feet moving, was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, at least got a yard, something positive out of it to bring up 2nd down.
As you will bring up the 2nd down, and they'll mark it along a 9 here with where the ball is spotted right at about the 15-yard line in front of Brady Siebels on the track here at Jarlow Field in Kindred. 2nd down and 9, Twins both left and right. Kegley, little double move down the middle, post pattern cut, end zone touchdown. Pearson with the score, his 9th receiving touchdown of the season, and an opening drive that milks off nearly 4 minutes, ends in a 15-yard pitch and catch.
You said it perfectly there, a double move as Pearson figured like he was going to go on the out route, then found some space open in the middle of the field. Kegley hit him right in stride at the goal line, and the Squirrels are on the scoreboard first.
So 8:11 left to play. How large is that 4th down and 1 call coming up now as it eventually goes into some points, as a point after attempt will be coming here with Matthew Bako, who's 26 of 31 on PATs on the season. The right-footed kick is end over end and good. 8:11 remaining on the Bank North scoreboard in the opening quarter. It's Central Cass up by 7.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
A football drive here for the Central Cass Squirrels that takes 3 minutes and 49 seconds off the clock. A 71-yard drive that results in a touchdown. Biggest thing we'll start with from the Central Cass perspective there, Brady, was what impressed you most about the drive there for the Squirrels?
I think just the mix of the run and pass, able to really get some positive yardage throughout that game. Like Coach Tommy Butler said, got to be able to run. You want to try to get those 2nd down and mediums, 3rd down and shorts. They were able to do that on that drive, able to get the touchdown. Also took almost 4 minutes off the clock here. You want to try to keep the Vikings on the sideline, their offense on the sideline as long as possible.
A line drive kick going to be picked up by Kindred. Swenson to the 30, makes a man miss near sideline, 35-40 at the numbers, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Coming in on the tackle eventually was Lane Watterson, but a great starting field position here for the Kindred Vikings. 1st and 10, ball will be spotted at the 40. They will mark it 40, about 4-yard line.
Yeah, Swenson, we know what he can do on the offensive side as the running back. Hey, put him out as a kick returner, able to find a bit of a lane out past the 40-yard line to the 44, sets the Vikings up in great field position for their first offensive drive.
Tate Miller, the center, with Maestro and Ethan Fornshell at guards. Luke Starcevic, the right tackle, and Tannen Johnson at left tackle. We'll get to the other American Crystal Sugar starting lineups here in a moment for the Vikings as we have a penalty on the far side of the field. Hunter Bindis at tight end with wide receivers of Brooks Bako and Sawyer Hess. Then you have Tyson Johnson, the fullback, with Kylan Swenson, the tailback, and Jake Starcevic again at the quarterback spot, as we will have a penalty on Central Cass. This will be their first, and this will be going up against the Squirrels for 5 yards to be lined up on the opposite side of where you should be. So an encroachment right off the bat for Central Cass. Get to their defense in a moment here. Jake Starcevic, his second game back after an injury. Little delay. Starcevic gets to Bako, and Bako drops the football. He gets it back. Bako dropped it, went off of Thompson's helmet. Then Bako got the ball back, and they're going to catch it for a first down here. Oh, what a play from the Kindred 49 to the Central Cass Squirrel 27-yard line, a gain of 24 yards.
Simple RPO option. Starcevic decided to keep it, able to find Bako, went through his hands, then fell back, and Thompson, he was laying on the ground after trying to defend it, hit his back, hit his helmet, and then credit to Bako staying with the play, found the football, got his hands underneath the ball, secured the catch for a first down.
Starcevic back in a shotgun formation. Bako motion right to left. Bako on the jet sweep here. Bako gets the boundary to 20 and taken down by Thompson at about the 16-yard line. That's just a little actual pass on the little pop pass for 11 yards.
Yeah, give credit there. Hesse as well as some of the other offensive linemen and Starcevic creating that hole, getting out in space, creating the lane on the outside for a first down run.
Yeah, Sawyer Hess, the junior, at 5'8", at 165 pounds here for the Kindred Vikings. Central Cass defensively of Plants, Klein, and Wiersma with Quam on the line. Linebackers of Stahl, Graber, and Crochet. Corners of Wixo and Leak, and the safeties of Pearson and Tomitz here for Central Cass with our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. This will be a handoff. Swenson has some crease, and Swenson scampers in for a 15-yard rushing touchdown. The Vikings waste little time, 3 plays for the score.
Power football, give it to Swenson. He found the hole, had some open space, and when he gets to the edge, he knows what to do with it. He finds the goal line and able to get the first touchdown on the board for the Vikings.
57 seconds come off the clock. Swenson now needs 3 yards to get over 1,000 on the season, and the Vikings able to get to the edge here on that rush as they will come out for the point after attempt. The right-footed kick here by Andrew Haley is good. What a start on the Big North scoreboard for both teams. Tied at 7 with just over 7 left in the first quarter.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
The Vikings answer immediately on the Bank North scoreboard. 3 plays, 56 yards, 57 seconds comes off the clock, and the Vikings able to put the ball in the end zone with a Swenson 15-yard rushing touchdown. Brady, same question we asked after Central Cass, but now for the team clad in blue, what impressed you most about Kindred on their first offensive drive?
Just the big play ability there, the willingness to get the mix of this. You saw the RPO work to perfection. The running game also is good as well. They're ready to play here. A great counterpunch by the Vikings in that first drive.
Haley end-over-end kick retrieved at the 8-yard line here for Central Cass. Crochet makes his way close to the 30 before he's going to get stuck at about the 28-yard line. The kicker with Haley, part of that. Also with him with Brock Johnson, and we'll see the Central Cass Squirrels for the second time here in the quarter.
Yeah, credit to Haley, the kicker, getting down in on kickoff coverage, able to lay a hit, get a tackle as Central Cass had a great first drive, able to put points on the board. Kindred counterpunches. How can the Squirrels try to do some of the same things and try to keep that offensive momentum going on their second drive of the game?
Well, if you're both offensive coordinators, you love this start. If you're defense coordinators, all of a sudden, okay, what did we do well and not well? Regardless, we're tied at 7 here. Central Cass Squirrels, again, their white tops, the black pants with the white helmets. They will come out, pitch this one to Crochet. Crochet gets to the 25-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds close to about the 30. Little swing pass that'll go maybe for a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, they ran it to the near side of the field. Just a good job by Kindred to flow with the football. Really nowhere for Crochet to go. Just goes out of the sideline with what he can get and brings up second down.
So second upcoming here, and they will actually give them back to the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 here for Central Cass. Kegley in the pistol. Pocket collapses. Kegley rolling near sideline looking, and then he's just going to throw this football away as everybody was trying to come off on a little crossing pattern there with Tholks. Kegley was out of the pocket, threw that ball away, lives to fight another play.
Yeah, give credit to the Kindred Vikings secondary there. Even when Kegley tried to scramble a bit, they stayed with their man, did not give any Central Cass Squirrel an opening on the receiver wide, and Kegley making the smart play. Do not force it, just throw it out of bounds, live to fight another down.
This is where Tommy Butler said they got to avoid to be in. Most of the game is 3rd and long situations like this against this Kindred defense. 3rd and 10 upcoming play clock. Nearing 10 seconds as Kegley makes a call at the line. Twins both left and right, too high safety for the Vikings. Kegley has time, little slant going across, and this will be incomplete at the 35 to Garmin. He also had up the seam with Pearson. Regardless, it'll be 4th down and a 3-and-out for Central Cass.
Yeah, with the rain here a little bit, Garmin tried to make a cut move, slipped a little bit, might have affected the timing on the pass there from Kegley, ends up falling incomplete and brings up a 4th and 10.
Coming on to punts here for the Central Cass Squirrels, as they will have 2 to the near side as Central Cass with Thompson will stand back at his own 15-yard line. Bako stands back near midfield at his own 45 for the Vikings. Clean snap. They're looking to pass the football, and this is going to be incomplete at the 37-yard line as they were throwing the little fake pass upcoming here for Central Cass. The intended receiver was Parker Wick, so even if he makes the catch, it would have been at the 37, a yard short. But how about Tommy Butler and the Squirrels pulling out the bag of tricks early?
Yeah, Tommy Butler is not afraid to try to go into that bag of tricks. It actually worked, but Kindred, they brought a type of punt block prevent there, so Thompson really just not much time to try to throw the football once it got back to him. Already a couple of Vikings were bearing in on him, unable to get a good pass or put much on the pass. It falls incomplete, and now the Vikings in business, 1st and 10 at the 28.
To your point, Brady, Wixel was on a deep crossing pattern. Not a bad pass by Thompson, but Wixel had to try to lay out for it, and by the time if he would have caught the ball again, still would have been a yard short. So great starting field position for the Vikings as Swenson bulldozes his way to the 21 for a gain of 7, and he's amassed over 1,000 yards on the season.
Yeah, an impressive number there. One of the go-to backs there in Kylan Swenson, one of the top ones in Kindred Viking football there. And credit to him, he just kept the feet moving. He got hit right at about the line of scrimmage. Didn't find much of a hole, but just kept churning those legs. And before you know it, it was a gain of 7.
Swenson on the season is averaging 10 yards per rush here for the Kindred Vikings. So far now with 94 carries on the year and over 1,000 yards. Motion man going to the slot on the near side for Kindred as they will have a handoff again to Swenson, who buries his way to the 14 for a gain of 7 yet again as Central Cass coming in on the tackle eventually here for the Squirrels was Stahl.
Yeah, Cale Pearson as well, reading it from the linebacker position, but not before Swenson able to find the 1st down yardage. And a couple more sets up 1st down inside the red zone for the Vikings.
And great crowd on hand here at Kindred as well. Couldn't ask for a better day, quite honestly, in the month of November here for high school football. 2 wide receivers, one to the near sideline. That one is going to be with Hess. Bako lines up to the right-handed side. 2 halfbacks in the backfield with Starcevic in the shotgun formation. Swenson keeps it again. Swenson bearing his way inside. Good pursuit by the Squirrels. Swenson does get past the 15 to the 14, and that's about the best defense we've seen against the Vikings rush early on here in the quarter.
Yeah, a whole host of Central Cass. Macau, one of them as well, joining in on the tackle party, as was Wiersma, able to stop him for just a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Evan Wiersma here, the junior at 6'3", 280 pounds at a nose guard spot. An offensive line here for the Vikings going up against the Qualms and the Kleins and the Plants of Central Cass. And Squirrels get it to a 2nd and 8 opportunity defensively, but Kindred knocking on the door here inside the red zone for the 2nd time today. Starcevic in the gun, motion man going left to right is Hess as he lines up now in the slot. Little RPO action. Swenson trying to bury his way to the outside. Broken tackle, but the Squirrels able to come up there and eventually wrap him up as you had Colson Stahl trying to twist and turn Swenson down, and then good pursuit there, Brady, after Stahl couldn't quite get Swenson down on the ground.
Yeah, Stahl just grabbing a bit of jersey, spins him around, and then as you mentioned, the contain from Central Cass, Pearson as well as a couple other Squirrels able to wrap up, get on Swenson there, and force a tackle for loss in 3rd down.
3rd and 10, ball will be at the 16-yard line here, and if you're Central Cass, do you bring some pressure, or do you play back a little bit, man across the board, maybe go zone? We'll find out here in a moment. Play clock under 10, as you'll have Starcevic back in the shotgun. Little RPO. Starcevic has time going down the middle. This is incomplete. Hunter Bendis thrown behind him for a second, and a good pop there for the Central Cass Squirrels with Pearson on the coverage alongside with Cruchet.
Yeah, RPO there. Central Cass able to stay with their receiver on that one. Pass maybe just a little bit outside of the intended receiver, ends up falling incomplete. And now a big play here for the Squirrel defense. Forcing 4th down. Can you get one more play, and can you get your defense off the field and set your offense up with still a tie game?
Yeah, 4th and 10. What's the play call here for the Kindred Vikings? They will have to maybe burn a timeout as the game clock is down to 10, and Eric Bergedahl wants a timeout. We'll break with them as well. 3:47 left in the 1st quarter. 4th and 10 at the Squirrels, 16 for Kindred when we come back.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Both teams have taken a timeout in the opening quarter, and Brady, as I said earlier, with Tommy Butler taking a timeout on a 3rd and 1 to get the play call. I like this timeout as well for Coach Eric Bergedahl not to make it a 4th and 15 or quickly get to line on a 4th and 10 upcoming for the Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be in your best play here on 4th down and 10, even though it's the 1st quarter. This is one of these plays that we're going to look at the end of the game, especially if Kindred can convert here. So you want to make the right play call. If you're unsure about it, use one of those timeouts, get the huddle in, regroup, and then set up that perfect play.
Trips to the right, one near sideline is Bako. If he's one-on-one, we'll see if Starcevic goes there. Starcevic then going to motion Bako in the backfield. He will hand it off to Bako. Bako looking to throw the football into the end zone. This one by Bendis doesn't come down with the catch. Bendis trying to bring the football down, and that's going to be incomplete. What a play call by Kindred. Better defense there by Pearson the entire time, Brady, putting his hand up. Bendis at the back right corner of the end zone came down with it, but as he came down to the ground, couldn't hold on, and that'll make it a turnover on downs.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit there to Pearson. Stayed with the receiver, stayed with Bendis, kept right on him, got those hands up, did not make any contact whatsoever. Don't even try to let the official think about making a call. Bendis got the hands on it, had the catch, just unable to survive the ground. It falls incomplete, and a big stop for the Squirrel defense.
1st down and 10 for the Squirrels, so a turnover on downs for a turnover on downs, and we're still knotted at 7 here on the Bank North scoreboard as Kegley in the backfield fakes it to Pearson, flips it out far sideline to Cruchet. Cruchet gets past the 20, eventually spelled out of bounds by Spellhaug here to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, on 1st down there, just try to get one of your playmakers in space. Just run one of those out patterns to Cruchet. Find the edge, get some positive yardage to gain a 6 and 2nd down.
Able to get to the boundary here. Now the question for the Squirrels. We saw in the first possession, the lanes open up between the tackles at different times. And if you can get 5-6 yards in the boundary, how do those lanes continue to open up throughout the course of the game once the cat and mouse game between the offense and the defense here for the Squirrels and the Vikings? Kegley, step throw, far sideline, incomplete. Going up the field, that was going to be incomplete immediately on the far side, intended for Parker Wixo.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of miscommunication there. Wixo kind of run a little bit more of a deeper route Kegley thought he was going to stop after about 5-10 yards and falls incomplete and a third down.
Jack McDonald there on the coverage, and we'll see a 3rd and 4 upcoming at the 22-yard line as the Squirrels will need the 26. The other Division A football semifinal doesn't kick off until 2 with Langdon Area Munich and Velva Drake Animus Garrison. Again, that'll kick off at 2 o'clock in Velva. Velva, obviously, the Cardinals, Central Cass, and the Vikings have put their thumbprint on this division in recent years. 3rd and 5, Kegley in the pistol, looking for Thompson, nothing there. Kegley, little shake and bake as he's going to roll to the far side, flips the football. Is this caught in bounds? No, it's not. It was a reception, not completed though inbounds, kind of a Patrick Holmes kind of a play looking out for a Crochet as Kegley, the pocket collapsed, got to the numbers and literally flipped the football out to Crochet, who almost made the catch.
Yeah, almost a little bit of like a shot put, like you mentioned, Patrick Mahomes-esque type play. Out to Crochet, just Crochet a little bit too close to the sideline, unable to stay in bounds, and a 4th down.
This game kicked off at 12:04. It's only almost a half hour here of actual time, and we've only gotten to 3 minutes and 21 seconds here in the first quarter, as we'll see a penalty, and this looks to be on Central Cass in the false start. If it is on the Squirrels, it'll be their 2nd penalty of the day for 10 yards. Kindred in that same complexion, 2 penalties for 20 yards, and it will be a 4th down and now 9 upcoming.
Yeah, tried to maybe run something on 2, see if they could get those 5 free yards was Central Cass. Credit to Kindred, able to hold their water and backs the Squirrels up 5 yards.
Bako stands back at the 50-yard line here. Clean snap, right-footed kick by Thompson, a line drive low kick. Bako receives it at the 44-yard line, and Bako's going to get tackled eventually in open space at the 39-yard line. Noah Folks comes in on the tackle.
Yeah, folks, great job there. A tackle in open field, preventing a big return. But great field position for Kindred inside their own 40.
They have started at the 44-yard line. The Squirrels 28, now the Squirrels 39-yard line. While for Central Cass, they've started at their own 29, 28, and 16-yard line. Can the Vikings take advantage of short field and try to get their first lead of the game? If you just joined us, a 15-yard Kegley to Pearson touchdown with 8:11 left in the quarter, immediately answered with 7:06 left in the quarter with a Swenson 15-yard rushing score for the Kindred Vikings. That's how we're tied at 7 apiece. Chase Miller and alongside Brady Siebels with you here today on your liveevent.com. Swenson has a crease. Look at Swenson roll to the 30 and dragging Squirrels with him for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, a crease there. A great job by the offensive line, setting up a wide hole. Swenson knew exactly where he needed to go, accelerates through the hole, picks up 9 yards.
2nd down and 1 upcoming for the Kindred Vikings. Give credit to Stroh, Tannen Johnson, and Tate Miller on that left-handed side, opening up a little bit of a lane for Kylan Swenson. As the Vikings will come up with a diamond wide receivers on the far side, one to the near side with Bako. Central Cass trying to get matched up, and now it's a numbers game. Where do you go? Starsvik going one-on-one to Bako, who beat his man Thompson, but that ball gets thrown out of bounds at the 10. That would have been a wide-open 30-yard pitch and catch. Instead, it will bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, they set everything. You mentioned the diamond formation to the wide side of the field. They had Bako one-on-one, able to beat Thompson on the move. Just pass was a little bit out of bounds there as Starsvik unable to make the connection, and it falls incomplete. Sets up 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, you got Bako and Thompson. That's going to be a fun matchup as this one continues when the Vikings have the football. They will go I formation tight. Swenson dots the I. Motion man is Bindis going left to right under center. Handoff. This one goes to Swenson. Has the 1st down. He needed the 29, and he will get that plus another yard here for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Easton Holland coming up, delivering the hit, but 3rd down and 1, didn't need much. The offensive line able to get just enough of a push. Swenson able to fall forward, gets that yard that he needs, and another Viking 1st down.
Winner of this game will play at 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday at the Fargo for the Division A Football Championship. The Kindred Vikings, the defending champs until someone knocks them off, 11-0 on the season. Squirrels were there 2 years ago, coming up short against the Aggies in the title. So both teams have been in the Fargo Dome recently as they will go double tight again. Swenson with the pitch on the far sideline, gets the hash, makes a man miss 25, gets the numbers. Swenson spins his way close to a 1st down at the 19.
Yeah, Holland and Pearson on the tackle there for the skills, but a simple pitch play. Get Swenson out in space, try to get a crease and another big gain, 9 yards once again, 2nd down and 1. And we'll see if the Vikings try to take a shot like they did last 2nd down and 1.
8 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown here for Kylan so far today. Again, he has amassed the 1,000 yards on the season. And taking a look at the all-time school record now, as 297 yards away from the all-time school record here for rushing for the Kindred Vikings. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right is Bako. Shotgun again for Starcevic. Little speed option pitch play goes to Kylan. Kylan gets the numbers, makes a cut at the 15-yard line. Good pursuit by keeping the cup, as you hear a lot of folks say, by the Holland, but not before Swenson, though, gets the first down, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, Stahl in on the tackle there, too. Just a simple speed option play like I run in NCAA 25, college football 25 every single night. National champion with Vanderbilt, in case you were wondering.
Go Commodores, anchor down. A first down and 10 upcoming here. Yes, I think a lot of people are excited to have NCAA football back in August, as they will go twins to the right, 1 to left. Speaking of football news, NDSU to the Mountain West? Question mark? We'll continue here with Starcevic. Starcevic, little speed option again. Same play this time, goes to the outside of Brock Johnson. Johnson at the 5. Johnson stretches into the end zone. Brock Johnson, how do you do? With a rushing score of 14 yards.
Yeah, same play. They just run it to the other side, give it to Johnson, a change of pace back. He found the edge, able to dive into the end zone, score the touchdown, and give the Vikings their first lead of the contest.
Minutes and nearly 40 seconds comes off the drive, and the answer is yes. Can he take advantage of the short field, 39 yards? They go for the drive touchdown for Brock Johnson, his 8th rushing touchdown of the season, as Haley comes on for the point after attempt. Spellhog with the hold. Haley right-footed kick, and for the first time today on the Big North scoreboard, the Kindred Vikings have a lead at 14-7 late here in the first quarter.
Since its beginning, the Central Cast Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cast High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cast Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
A nice drive for the Kindred Vikings. So far, a touchdown, turnover on downs, and touchdown for Kindred. Central Cast touchdown, turnover downs on a punt for the Central Cast Squirrels. But again, 39 yards, nearly a minute 40 seconds. Little speed option play as Starcevic able to get to the outside, makes the pitch to Brock Johnson, who rushes in for the touchdown. 14-7 Kindred, who plays with their first lead of the day. The Vikings have won 45 of their last 47 games, 23 straight. Last loss October 29th of 2022. This has remnants, Brady, of what Langdon did in Division A, going to the Dakota Bowl 4 consecutive years and winning 3 of them for the Cardinals in terms of that stretch for head coach Josh Kravachka's club.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a great program here that the Kindred Vikings have built over the last number of seasons. Always been fun to watch. We'll see if they can continue that today and advance to the Dakota Bowl once again.
Haley, nice kick. Pearson makes the return at the 6-yard line, near sideline 20, gets the 25 to the 30, and Pearson gets pushed out of bounds by Bako near the 31-yard line. 4th possession of the quarter here for Central Cast, and I think if you have a more possession style of game coming into this one, Brady, you would probably say that would favor the Squirrels, but right now they just only have 7 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you're the Squirrels, you want to try to, obviously Tommy Butler is going to be wanting to work fast. They're going to be that run and gun style, but I think they want to at least make the most of each and every single one of their possessions. They did so in the first drive, got stopped here the last couple. We'll see how they answer back, see if they can deliver that counter punch, trailing for the first time today.
So 29.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Vikings will come out in a pistol formation with Pearson and Crochet in the backfield here with Brody Cagley. Thompson on the near side, guarded by Bako. Handoff goes to Crochet, and Starcevic gives him a bear hug right at the line.
Yeah, Starcevic beating his man at the line of scrimmage, came in untouched, met Crochet right as he got the football, able to drive him down to the ground for no gain.
And Cagley looks at the far sideline of the field where Central Cast, they put their hands up and say, that'll be the last play of the opening quarter. On the Bank North scoreboard, it's the Vikings 14, Central Cast 7, 2nd and a long 11 coming up here for the Squirrels to start quarter number 2.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The state-of-the-art STEM Center, along with our theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with their academics and activities.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Kindred Central Cass here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Central Cass, second down and 11. Twins both to left and right. Kangley in the gun, has time, pops it, and then he finally gets sacked, and the ball comes out here. The question, was he down? As I think they're going to mark him down. Otherwise, that would be a fumble. Regardless, it's a loss of 10.
Yeah, Tannen Johnson there on the rush, able to get the pressure, able to bring Kegley down, forces a sack, and third down and a mile here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, this is where Central Cass now at a 3rd and 20. If you're the defensive line for the Vikings, you can start to pin your ears back. See what Central Cass does. Trips to the left, one to the right-handed side. Central Cass won the toss, elected to receive. Vikings get the ball to start the second half of play. But right now, 3rd and 20, 5 seconds on the play clock. Kegley gets the play off with a second left. Kegley looking right-handed side. Flag comes out. Kegley pops the pass incomplete. There's going to be no penalty on the far side as Central Cass maybe wanted a hold on the defense. But I think we'll get a hold on the offense here. And if you're Bergad, he looks like he's going to decline the penalty and bring up a 4th and 20 upcoming.
Yeah, Rush able to get home for Kindred once again, forcing Kegley to roll to his right. Great job by the defensive secondary, not giving Central Cass any openings, and Kegley just having to throw it into the sideline. Incomplete, and brings up 4th down.
So 4th down here, Central Cass with Thompson will have to come back on as he stands closer around his 10-yard line. Bako, again, the ever-dangerous returner at his own 45. Just over 11 minutes to play in the opening half. Overcast skies, the lights are on. Saw some rain earlier during pregame, but that wasn't too bad and made its way on through. High snap, Thompson corrals it. Right-footed kick does come up, but off the side of his foot on the far side. Bounces at the 36 and takes a squirrel roll to about the 37. Might be about a 15-yard punt. And for the 3rd consecutive time, the Vikings will be starting in Central Cass territory.
Yeah, couldn't ask for anything more. Great field position throughout the last few drives for Kindred. They punched it in last drive on the short field. We'll see if they can try to do it once again.
Well, they went 39 yards on their last drive, and that's exactly what they will try to do here as well. 39 yards, first time going to the south end zone here, or right to left as we see it here in Kindred. Bako to the near side, one to the left here for the Vikings is Hess. Also now Bendis in the slot with Hess on the far side of the field. Starcevic in the pistol. Swenson behind him. Central Cass with 5 men at the line. Little play action. Bako. This will be incomplete. Thompson on the coverage at the 25. Looking on the slant pattern there, and that's been a fun matchup again between Bako and Thompson.
Yeah, they went with that RPO option once again. As Starcevic decided to keep it, try to flip it out to Bako, but Thompson able to get the hands in there, disrupt the pass, force the incompletion.
And what you're going to see on a lot of this is there maybe not going to be a ton of safety help either. So if Bako can get by Thompson, then all of a sudden he makes a catch, he could go for a house call. But on the opposite side, if you're Jake and you can try to lock up Brooks, that's a big key cog of this Vikings offense to try to eliminate. Diamond formation near side. Bako again lines up to left. Thompson giving him a little bit of room. Starcevic, QB keeper, making his way to the 35 and taken down shy of the chains, but that's a gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards.
Yeah, Noah Muckow as well as Thompson in on the stop there for Central Cass. Again, they faked that diamond formation to the wide side. This time, it's just a straight QB power with Starcevic, able to lean forward, put his head down, get 7, brings up 3rd down and manageable for the Vikings.
Without question, this is 4-down territory here if you're a Viking fan, whether you get no yards or not. I mean, outside of a sack or a tackle for a loss here, I think this is very much a 4th down and go for it situation for the Vikings, trying to get up by 2 scores here against Central Cass. Little speed option play. Starcevic gets to the 30. He's going to be about maybe a half-yard shy, able to spin. Good pressure immediately there by Stall & Company, but Starcevic did a good job, Brady, honestly making something out of what literally could have been nothing on the play.
Yeah, Trayvon Quam there was the first one on the first hit, wrapped him up, but credit to Starcevic there, just kept the feet moving. What was no gain, it was a 3-yard gain, and 4th down and 1.
4th and short, right smack dab between the hashes at the 30-yard line. This looks like to be the tush push potentially here for Starcevic. There it is, and Starcevic needs the 29-yard line. On the far side official with his spot looks to have it. The near side official might be a little bit closer to a turnover on downs, and we'll see if the chain game comes out for the first time today, and they will have the chain game coming out where we see it. Brady, you got a better view, but from up here, that's awfully close with the nose of the football trying to get to the 29.
Yeah, definitely close. They tried to go with that tush push like you mentioned there. Starcevic originally stopped in as there was pushed up, but then maybe took a little bit of a step to his right, tried to dive forward, and will all depend on the spot as they measure.
Well, bring out the binoculars. They stretch, and not going to get it. They needed 3 feet. They got 2 1/4. They didn't get it all, and it's a turnover on downs.
Big stop there for the Squirrels. Now the offense is back in. The Vuvuzelas are going. Can you get this momentum you generate on defense? Can you make a play on offense to try to even up this score?
29-yard line will be the start here for Central Cass. And again, the tush push, they got enough to get the surge, but not enough to get the full yard needed. And the Central Cass Squirrels needed something to go their way here in the quarter, and they get it. But if you're the Kindred Vikings, again, you're playing up by 7, and your defense has looked awfully good in the last couple of defensive possessions. Handoff, Cruchet looking, finding, and diving his way close to the 33-yard line for a gain of about 3, maybe to 4 yards.
Great bit of patience there by Cruchet with the cutback. Went out to his right, saw that there was nothing there, took a couple steps to his left, found a little bit of a crease to gain 5 yards.
Miller on the tackle for the Kindred Vikings. 2nd down and 5 upcoming here. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 on the right, and we might have a false start potentially. We'll see what the white hat again says in Wayne Grippentrog, and we will have a false start here against Central Cass. 3 penalties for 15 yards, and that's tough, Brady, because we've seen the Squirrels since the first possession almost consistently being a 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10. Well, you had a 2nd and 5, but you're back to a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that is a killer penalty there. Tommy Butler said you want to get those 2nd down and mediums. You got a 2nd down and medium, and then you cost yourself 5 yards on a false start to bring 2nd and 10.
Cagley, handoff, Cruchet trying to somehow weave his way to the right-handed side, but the interior line of the Vikings coming up on the tackle and alongside the linebacker here of Tannen Johnson as Cruchet gets a gain of 1.
Yeah, Brady Plenson is there with the initial hit and just to gain a 2. And like you mentioned, because of that 5-yard penalty, what could have been a 3rd down and 3 is now 3rd down and 8.
Squirrels going to spread it out. Trips to the right, Twins to the left. Central Cass with 2 timeouts. Kindred also with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Cagley. Snap is low. 1 hops to him. Cagley picks it up. Cagley rolling right-handed side. Pops a pass. Bendis, what? Does he get the feet down? No. Bendis right in front of the Central Cass bench at the 42, trying to pull out the Chris Carter toe tap, and he nearly got it instead. It'll be a 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, broken play there as the snap. 1 hop right to Cagley. Credit to him, able to pick it up on that hop, then just tried to do something with it. But then Bendis just reading it perfectly, able to get his hands on it, just unable to get that foot in bounds, but forces the incomplete pass and a 4th down.
4th down upcoming as we have the officials halting the play here. See if it's making sure they got the original line of scrimmage down properly, and now they mark it back again at the 30. 8:11 remaining here in the opening half. We will have coaches' conversations at the half. We will hear from Eric Bergedahl going into the half, and coming out of the half, we'll hear from Tommy Butler. Thompson trying to get this ball off, does. End over end kick. Bako retrieves it at the 40. Good punt of about 30 yards, close to nearly maybe being a running into the kicker, but regardless, it's the third consecutive punt for the Central Cass Squirrels, and the Vikings will have their fifth possession of the half.
Yeah, Kylan Swenson there on the coverage, able to force that fair catch. And if you're Kindred, you got stopped on fourth down, but your defense able to pick you up, get that 3 and out, set you up with decent field position at your own 40. Let's see if you can tack on here in the latter stages of the second quarter.
The Vikings, to get to this point of the playoffs, defeated Carrington 48-14, got up early over Shiloh, played a little bit of the JV at second string, defeated the Skyhawks 39-20 last week in the quarterfinals. 1st and 10, handoff Swenson bulldozing his way to the 43, maybe the 41-yard line before he got 3 Squirrels in on the tackle, and one of them coming in on that was Travion Quam.
Yeah, Quam ran it there, but trying to meet him, but Swenson there found the hole, able to get 4. Didn't seem like much, but that's where Kindred can really get you there. Maybe the run doesn't seem like much, but then you see it's a gain of 4, it's a gain of 3, it's a gain of 5. Sets up manageable downs as you try to get down in distance and play the field position game.
My MSUM Dragon math would say 10 carries for 78 yards is an average of 7.8 yards per rush. That's awfully good for Swenson. Motion man goes Hess right to left in the slot. They will roll the pocket. Starsvik to the left-handed side. Takes a shot. This one is nearly intercepted by Thompson, then nearly taken in by Bako, and then it falls to turf at the 50. It went to Thompson to Bako to the turf, and that time brings up a 3rd down.
Yeah, Bako with a curl route. Thompson read it perfectly, got his hands on it, unable, though, to secure the interception. Stayed up there. You saw it earlier as Bako made the ricocheting diving catch. Unable to make it this one, and it falls to the floor, and now sets up a 3rd down and 6.
In the 9-man football playoffs at 1:30, Linton HMB at Lemoore, Litchell Marion at 2:30, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn at New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock. That'll be at 2:30. This is the only playoff game in North Dakota currently in action out of the 4 today between 9-man and Division A. Starsvik rolling left-handed side. Starsvik looking for a man. Caught at the sticks right at the 49 by Bako, but he's going to be a yard short as Thompson delivers the lumber, but it is a gain of 5.
Yeah, curl route there. Bako went to the went right to the chains, then took a step forward just to secure the football. That's kind of what made it then now not a 1st down, but able to get within a yard, 4th down and 1, as we'll see if the Vikings go for it once again at midfield.
The Vikings with head coach Eric Bergedahl bring Bako onto punts. We have seen a fake punt here by Central Cass. They need a full yard, and after getting stuffed 4th and 1 the last time, they look to punt here as Bako clean snap right-footed. There's a banger punt all the way to the 35-yard line. Pearson wraps it up for a punt of 35 yards for Bako, make it 36. And Central Cass with another opportunity here, Brady, to tie this one up. But what has the Vikings defense done after that first possession that went 71 yards to a 15-yard score for Kegley to Pearson? What have you been impressed most here by Kindred's defense in this half?
It's been that defensive line so far for Kindred. Just the 3 down linemen with Miller as well as Johnson and them, but just credit to them. They've been able to force the pressure on Central Cass, forcing Kegley to try to have to scramble around, breaking down the plays, as well as not giving the Squirrel running backs much space. It really starts at that defensive line, able to get the push throughout these defensive possessions for Kindred.
Will be a handoff to Pearson, and Pearson's going to get met right at the line, right into alluded to of what we've seen from Brady Siebel's talking about there on the linebacker spot. Tannen Johnson just came barreling in, and Pearson fortunate to get back to the line.
Yeah, Reddit came in head full of steam, untouched, meets him in the backfield and forces a tackle for loss.
Kegley was 2 of 2 to start the drive for 20 yards, a gain of 5, and a pitch and catch of 15. One went to Tholks. Pearson with 15. Senston through the air is 0 for 5, but He's been getting chased a little bit at times too. Vikings showing blitz. They got 4 linemen at the line. They will bring 4. Kegley pop pass, throw this to the far sideline. That's a gain of about maybe 1 or 2. But the Vikings on the far side come in and deliver the hit on the far side with McDonald.
Yeah, Garmin there on the catch, just a simple curl route and maybe just a chance to try to get Kegley back in rhythm. You mentioned there he's been struggling so much. Just get him a completion, maybe get a little bit of confidence for him, get a little bit of mojo going for him in this 3rd down and 7.
Sawyer Hester in on the tackle, wearing number 3, as you have McDonald wearing number 6. Regardless, it is a gain of 3 yards, as you're hearing earlier from Brady. Brings up a 3rd down and 7, as the Squirrels will need the 26-yard line for the first. Play clock down to 4 seconds here. Kegley gets the play off. Vikings bring 4. Pocket collapses. Kegley might run for it. Has it to the 25. He stretches, and it's going to depend on the spot. Nice pursuit by the Vikings, but the defensive end comes up the field, opened up a little bit of a lane, and Kegley smartly took off for it, and he gets the 7 yards for the first.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the ends there just getting a little bit too far upfield with only those 3 down linemen. Created a gap there for Kegley. When he saw it, he had his eyes right for where that 1st down marker was, able to get there and get a fresh set of downs for the Squirrels.
1st down and 10, Central Cass. Kegley pops it. This will be a rush. A flag comes in to Cruchet. They're trying to get that boundary play, if you will, going sideline to sideline, and where that flag comes in might be a hold or possibly a legal block in the back. We'll see what happens. Right now it's a loss of 2, so you want a 1st and 20 or do you want a 2nd and 12? And Berged says let's move him back 10 yards.
Yeah, Bendis Johnson there on the stop for Kindred, able to string Cruchet out, forces the loss of a couple yardage, but all for naught, and Central Cass again penalties hurting them here throughout this 2nd quarter.
This is one of those games where it was a good start for both teams offensively. Since then, I think it's safe to say Kindred's been the better team, Brady, for the last, maybe 15 minutes of actual game time. But the one thing is, the Vikings haven't been able to get up by 2 scores. The Squirrels have kept this to a 1-possession game right now here with under 5 minutes left in the half. And the question is now on a 1st and 20, what do the Squirrels draw up here as they spin out of the way with Cruchet? Cruchet breaks another tackle, and Cruchet somehow able to duck, dodge, and dive his way to the 24 for a gain of 8.
Yeah, Cruchet got hit in the battlefield, able to spin out of that first initial tackle, then just find a little bit of space. What could have been maybe a loss of 2 is a gain of 8, 2nd down and 12, and still manageable for the Squirrels. Need another good positive play here on this one.
Wasn't expecting a movie of a dodgeball reference there with the 5 Ds of dodgeball, but that's exactly what Cruchet did. And this time the Vikings just able to string it right at the line to about the 25-yard line, so it is a gain of 1. But the Vikings do a really nice job on the interior, with one of them immediately being Erdman.
Yeah, Lincoln Swenson, Lucas Starcevic also there on the tackle. A whole host of Kindred able to meet him right at the line of scrimmage, force only a gain of 1, and 3rd down and 11.
Again, the Vikings with 2 timeouts. Central Cass with 2 timeouts. Vikings to get the ball to start the 2nd half of play. 3rd and a long 11. Who moved? Was it Wunderlich or was it Starcevic? And we will have a false start, and this will be on Central Cass. 5 penalties now for 30 yards, starting to add up on this drive alone with a hold. And also now a false start, as you want to try as best as possible with Starcevic on the outside. The 6'5 sophomore going up against the 6'6 junior Wunderlich. That's been a fun matchup between those two in particular. And Brady, you're just trying to get a step, but all of a sudden, boom, you get tagged for 5 yards.
Yeah, absolutely. It's difficult there again. Kegley went with that initial clap, trying to get the free 5 yards. Wunderlich kind of looked back saying, oh, that's right, we were going on 2 with the clap, pointed to himself saying, my bad, and backing the team up 5 yards and forcing a Squirrel timeout.
Yeah, the Squirrels had 5 seconds left on the play clock. Tommy Butler calls a timeout. We'll break with them late here in quarter number 2.
RDK is your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro is now Agassi Precision Ag.
RDK 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 is now Agassi Precision Ag. You heard that right. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag. Same location, employees, and customer service you deserve. Visit us at planterdoc.com.
Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here for our audio-only coverage today on your liveevent.com. Once the other games start trickling in for some score results, we will keep you apprised of that. Brady's football team, the University of North Dakota, has a date with the South Dakota State Jackrabbits today at noon at the Allaire Center. NDSU earns the bye. Regardless here, 3rd and 16 in Kindred as the Squirrels need their own 36 for a first down. Kangley steps up, goes on a screen play, and the Vikings read it perfectly as they try to give it to Crochet, and the linebacker here of Miles Stroh able to wrap him up in open space for a gain of maybe about 2 yards.
Yeah, 3rd down and long. Kindred playing down and distance. Safe call there by the Squirrels. Kindred trying to keep everything in front of them. Stroh able to read it, find where the ball went, get the tackle, only limited to a short gain, and force the Squirrels to punt once again.
But the one thing this does do, the clock continues to wind, and the Squirrels had it at 6:34 here in the second quarter, and they will take as much time as they possibly can before they punt this football off, and more than likely, again, a short field upcoming for the Kindred Vikings. Clean snap, Thompson, right-footed kick, Bako with a fair catch at the 45-yard line of Kindred, and that's where the Vikings will start over. 2 timeouts remaining here for Kindred with 2:31 left to play here in the quarter, and they will be at their own 45-yard line. Touchdown, turnover on downs, touchdown, turnover on downs, and punt for Kindred for the Squirrels since the opening possession of the game went 71 yards for a score. Turnover on downs on the fake punt, punt, and then punt and punt. And we'll see what the Vikings can do here late in the quarter.
Great field position setting up perfectly. Kindred, maybe can they try to do the double whammy? They'll get the ball to start in the second half. Can they tack on the lead here right before halftime?
Well, if you're the Vikings, you would love that. Get up by 2 scores. You've been close to get up by 2 scores. Just can't break over that little barrier. Pitch play. Swenson to the numbers at the 40. Swenson going to get wrapped up by Thompson and eventually able to help him out with Grady Link as well, and that'll be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Link, Thompson stringing it out, for giving the runner nowhere to go. Tackle for loss, 2nd and 11.
And if you're the Vikings here, by no means do you need to be in a hurry either. Bare minimum, you want to take the 7-point lead. Don't give Central Cass a chance to get the ball back. But, Brady, this play could be very determined of how quickly they want to go for the remainder of this first half.
Yeah, exactly. Only 1 timeout left for Central Cass. If the Squirrels can force something, if they can force a negative yardage play, Kindred maybe trying to play for halftime, but if they can get a big gain, can the Vikings? Let's go and see if we can get something before half.
2nd and 11, screen play, trying to slip out Brock Johnson, but Starsvik just didn't have any time to throw the football as he had not 1, not 2, but 3 Central Cass Squirrels putting some pressure. By the time Johnson looked to go get the football was already past him, makes it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, on the rush there, you're taught on the screen play. If you don't immediately recognize and get back in coverage, just run, put your hands up, try to disrupt the quarterback Starsvik in his throw. Really just nowhere for him to go. Hands in his face, forces the incompletion and a 3rd down and 11.
Does stop the clock with 1:45 remaining. The Vikings are an explosive team, though, throughout the course of the season. They can get 10, 15, 20 yards as they will have Starsvik trips to the left-handed side. 3rd and 11. Starsvik with time, throwing this one incomplete over the intended receiver of Sawyer Hess on a deep post pattern at the 40, and nearly almost had a chance to be a pick as well by Central Cass's Parker Wixo over the outstretched hands of both, and that'll stop the clock and a 3 and out here for Kindred.
Yeah, just a little bit high there as Hess tried to jump for it, unable to get his hands on it. It falls incomplete. Big 3 and out there for the Squirrel defense, forcing down 4th down 11. Hey, if they can get a return with a timeout, still plenty of time for a Tommy Butler offense to try to get into scoring position.
Bako at his own 30 here. Clean snap, has time, puts a big leg into this one. Pearson's going to see this one bounce at the 10, take a Kindred roll to the 5, and Kindred, do they keep it at the 1-yard line? I think the answer is yes. What a punt by Brooks Bako, as that could be at the 2. Regardless, it's a punt of 55 yards and some, and they mark it down at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, Brock Johnson was initially there. He dove for it, just kind of swatting at the ball, trying to keep it from going past the goal line, able to do so. Then Hess able to secure the football, down it at the 2-yard line. As the Squirrels, if they want to get something before half, they're going to have to go 98 yards. I think the Squirrels just trying to keep it out of your end zone and take it into that halftime break.
And on the flip side, Kindred with 2 timeouts remaining. So you've got a chance here, Brady, if you can get a couple of stops to get the ball back one way somehow if you're Coach Eric Bergedahl's club. But like you said, first things first for Tommy Butler's team is you don't got a lot of real estate to move right now. Ball at your own 2-yard line. As in the backfield here is Colton Cruchet in a little wildcat formation. Cruchet trying to see if he can get Kindred to possibly flinch. Play clock goes to 0, and they will lose a yard. So back them up 1, and this will be the 6th penalty of the game for 31 yards.
Yeah, go on the hard count here. Clapp just trying to see if maybe you can get a free 5 yards to give your offense some room. If you're Central Cass, hey, it's only a yard, doesn't hurt you much. No harm, no foul. Credit to Kindred holding their water, not jumping, and now backing them up even more to the 1-yard line.
As it'll be a 1st and 11, play clock at 15 seconds as the Squirrels break the huddle on the south end zone here. And the south end zone, you also see the baseball field in the backfield as you'll see Pearson going in motion. Colton Cruchet gets the 5 and spins out of Bako, and Cruchet makes his way to about the 7-yard line for a gain of 6.
Yeah, Wildcat with Cruchet. Give him credit. He found a crease. Was just trying to get himself some breathing room. Picks up a gain of 6. Gets that breathing room for the offense.
I'll be curious to see how this continues with the Wildcat, because we have seen the Wildcat provide some good yardage for Tommy Butler's team. How much they continue to go to it moving throughout the rest of this game, because if he can get 5-6 rushing yards on a Wildcat, you know the Squirrels are going to continue with this as they will go the same formation. Pearson, they don't give it to him. Cruchet bounces out of a tackler, gets to the 10-yard line, and Cruchet makes his way to about the 11. He'll be short of the first down, but again, the clock continues to wind, and it's a 3rd down and 1 upcoming.
Yeah, about the 10.5-yard line, so 3rd down and about half a yard. But this Wildcat, it worked a couple of times. They did it well in that 4th down and 1 in that first offensive possession. Maybe an adjustment to make in the second half for Central Cass.
I think Tommy Butler's taking a look, asking, hey, do you gotta have a play go off? Because right when the play clock goes to 16, you're about a full second in between play clock and game clock here, and the Squirrels just need to run one more play to get this one to the half. I'll quickly get to the line, as this might just be a QB kneel to try to get to the half, and that's exactly what it is with Thompson. So Thompson will take the kneel, and that'll do it for our first half of play, as Brady's going to take a look and try to track down Eric Bergedahl here. 14-7, Kindred with the advantage here on YourLiveEvent.com. Both teams scoreless in that second half of play. As Eric Bergedahl standing by with our own Brady Siebels here. Brady, let's toss it down to you with Coach Bergedahl. Take it away.
All right, Coach, that first drive, Central Cass able to move down the football. What adjustment have you made in that since that first possession?
Tightened up our front a little bit, went from a 3-man front to a 4-man front. Those first drives are always tough. You got to weather the storm and then be able to battle back and come score points, and that's what we did. We're in a good spot.
Offensively, what adjustments can you make to try to, keep the drives moving along and try to score some more points?
Second down runs, we got to be better. We can't end up in these 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts. We got to be able to convert earlier in the possession.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brady Siebels with Eric Bergedahl there. We'll hear from Tommy Butler when we come back after going into the 3rd quarter, that is. At the half, it's the Vikings 14-7. Our halftime show's next as we'll take a look at the first half numbers.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
If you're ready for a great meal, head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G's Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
At the half here in the Division A football semifinals on yourliveevent.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for providing coverage here today in Kindred. 14-7, Vikings with the lead. Again, Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here. Kindred 14 points in the first quarter. Central Cass with 7. Both teams with a goose egg then in the second. Before we take a look at the stats, here's a look at the scoring recap. Central Cass won the opening coin toss, elected to receive, went for it on a 4th down in their own territory, got the first down on a little wildcat play with Crochet, and eventually would finish it off with a Cagley to Pearson 15-yard passing touchdown. And then Bako came on with the point after attempt to make it 7-0 Squirrels. Kindred immediately responded back with a 56-yard drive that went 57 seconds off the clock. You had a Kylan Swenson 15-yard rushing touchdown. A Haley point after attempt tied it up at 7 apiece. Then 2 possessions later for Kindred, they answered again. Little speed option play with Starcevic. He pitched it to Brock Johnson, and then Johnson rushed it in for 14 yards out. Haley with the point after attempt made it 14-7 Vikings with 35 seconds in the first half of play. Brady, biggest thing, I guess, from either side of the football or either team is what? Here were some of the second half adjustments for Central Cass and the Kindred Vikings.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what we hoped this game would be. We're in a dogfight here, only 14-7. If you're Kindred, I think maybe a little bit disappointed. You've gotten great field position. You've been able to move the football, just unable to get that 2-possession lead. Can you maybe make some adjustments here? Can you try to find something to get that little bit of edge to get into the end zone? And if you're Central Cass, I think you got to almost take a sigh of relief here. After that first drive, I think Kindred, like you mentioned, has been the better team throughout, but the Squirrels, they've been penalties, they've had some mistakes, and it's only a 7-point game, and they're only one big play away from tying it up here.
This kind of has a feeling of 2 years ago where the Vikings led 10-0 at the half, and you said very similar stuff, right? If you're a Kindred fan, you feel like you maybe should be up by more. If you're a Central Cass fan, you're going, fortunate to only be down by 7. However, Kindred gets the ball to start the second half, and I'm not sure, again, if you can get down by 2 scores with how good that defense has been against the Squirrels offense. But biggest thing you're looking forward to in the second half, Brady, from a player perspective, is it a Swenson? Is it a Crochet? Obviously, we've talked about the lineman spot right on cue from both coaches trying to get the running game going, but who's an X factor once we get to this second half of play?
I think it's got to be the quarterbacks here for both teams. Brody Cagley for Central Cass, Jacob Starcevic for Kindred. Neither team has really gotten the pass game going in this first half. Can one of the teams get that pass going, maybe get some downfield passes, maybe some big plays there to try to open up the defense? I think that really, if one of these teams can maybe get in on a home run pass, maybe a 40, 50-yard touchdown, that will swing the momentum, and that will be a huge play in the second half.
We'll take a break, and we come back after this. Take a look at the first half numbers between the Vikings and the Squirrels, and also keep you apprised of what's going on across the rest of the state here in North Dakota today with 3 other games in the North Dakota Division A and 9-man football semifinals. We're back after this in Kindred on yourliveevent.com.
I'm PJ Rund, and I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You can't help but like it here. That's what I say.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, taking a look at the first half numbers. Team numbers go like this for both clubs. Here today, the Kindred Vikings with 140 yards of offense, 14 carries on the ground for 100 yards, and then through the air so far, 3 of 10 for 40 yards as a team. No turnovers, 2 penalties for 20 yards. In team numbers for the Central Cass Squirrels in comparison, 84 yards of offense, 59 on the ground on 19 attempts, 25 yards through the air. They're 4 of 10 through the air for 25 yards on a touchdown, 6 penalties for 31 yards. Kylan Swenson, 11 carries, 77 yards with a rushing touchdown. And then Brock Johnson, 1 carry, 14 yards with a score. Starcevic, 2 carries for 9 yards. Jake through the air is 3 of 9 for 40 yards. Bako is 0 for 1. Bako with all 3 catches, 3 catches for 40 yards here for the Kindred Vikings. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, Mr. Cruchet with 14 carries for 43 yards so far here for the junior. Colton again, 14 carries for 43 yards. From there, Pearson, 3 carries for 19 yards. Kegley, 2 for -3. Kegley through the air, currently 3 of 9 for 25 yards. 4 of 9 for 25 yards passing. Jake Thompson, 0 for 1. Pearson, 1 catch, 15 yards and a score. Tholkus, 1 catch for 5. Garmin, 1 catch for 3. And Cruchet has 1 catch for 2 yards. 6 penalties for 31 yards again for the Central Cass Squirrels. It's been a schlobberknocker, a defensive game, what you would expect between two rivals who know each other awfully well. At the half, again, it's Kindred 14 and the Central Cass Squirrels 7. Also going on, kicking off later today at 2 o'clock in Velva. It's Velva, Drake, Adamus, Garrison going up against Langdon Area Munich as the Cardinals go up against the Aggies. Cardinals 2020 was their last state tournament title appearance. They won 3 straight at a time for the Cardinals, while the Aggies won a title in 2022 over Central Cass, 22-20. In the 9-man playoffs, starting at 1:30, Lytton HMB at Lamort Litchfield Marion. The Lions of Lytton HMB last won a championship in 2020. Lamore Litchfield Marion last won a title in 2021. Also, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn at New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock. New Rockford, Cheyenne won the championship in 2012, while West Hope, Newburgh last made a state title game in 2013, losing to Cavalier in 2013. Again, that's a look at what also is coming up later today on your live, across the state of North Dakota on YourLiveEvent.com. Region 1, Region 2, Region 3 volleyball on Monday with Region 1 and 3 audio only. Region 2 will be video. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the head coach Tommy Butler around the corner before we get to second half action here in Kindred on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
High school football today here on YourLiveEvent.com as the Central Cass Squirrels are making their way back to the field. Brady Siebels chasing down Tommy Butler here, and we'll hear from the head coach in a moment. Again, at the half, it's 14-7 Kindred with the lead here on YourLiveEvent.com as the Central Cass Squirrels, again, currently trailing it by 7. But let's go to the head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels, who's standing by with their own Brady Siebels.
All right, Tommy, dogfight exactly what we thought it would be here today. talk about offensively, got able to move drive on that first one, but what do you need in the second half to try to get some drive sustained?
I mean, we just got to not shoot ourselves in the foot. That's the biggest thing. But this is a game we wanted, right? We're supposed to be down by 50 right now, and we're right in this game. We made a little bit of adjustments there. Our guys are ready though. They're excited for this moment. This is what we built this team on is championship character, and this group's got it. So look out for a second half here.
Defensively, have given up some yards, but able to get a couple of turnover on downs, keep you in the game so far.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're supposed to be up by 40. I mean, this is what we do. Like we're in this game. We just got to execute. Obviously, they're a great team. They're going to make adjustments. They're ready to go. But I'm telling you, this group's special right here, and I can't wait to watch them play here in this second half.
Tommy, thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it. Go Squirrels.
And again, Brady Siebels with their own Tommy Butler as well there. Tommy and Brady at the half. We'll take a quick break and we come back after this second half action next from Kindred.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The state-of-the-art STEM Center, along with our theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with their academics and activities.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here as we put another 12 minutes on the clock at Gerlo Field here in Kindred as we get you ready for second half action. Winner has a date for a little breakfast and football at the Dakota Bowl coming up on Friday morning at 9 o'clock. Overcast skies in the low 50s. Golden Gophers, last check, 16-14 lead against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. As we put the ball on the tee here for Central Cass, a line drive kick that's going to roll to about the 15-yard line. Swenson on the return. Swenson at the 30, and Swenson gets to 37. A flag does come out at the 31-yard line, and we'll see who the penalty is on.
Yeah, Swenson going upfield, finding a crease, bringing it out, but maybe right in that holding range could be a big penalty, as I will back them up and try to force a long field, something Kindred has not had much tonight.
And we'll see the penalty on, and right away Brady with the call. 3 penalties now for 30 yards. That'll be a hold, and I guess the only good thing about that hold, Brady, it's not on a 1st and 10 to make it 1st and 20, but it does take you from about the 37 now to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they'll have to go the full length of the field, 80 yards. Like I mentioned, Kindred, they've been settled up with short fields throughout much of this game. Really, it's been a field position battle. We'll see if Central Cass can force a stop here, maybe then set their offense for some good field position moving forward.
Vikings going left to right as we see it, or from the north to the south end zone here. Motion man is going to be to the near side, the tight end. Handoff goes to Swenson. Swenson banging his way to the 21, maybe the 22, as he had a handful of squirrels in on the tackle.
Yeah, the defense reading that well, getting some stops there. Caden Graber, one of them in on the stop. as Swenson only able to get a gain of 2.
And Colson Stahl also able to kind of set the edge a little bit there, but still 2nd and 8. And from a Squirrels perspective, you'll take that, trying to minimize that 2nd and short, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 opportunity. For the Vikings, 2nd and 8 here, get a couple of positive yards. What do you drop on 2nd down as Starcevic, the 6'2 senior at 215, back in the shotgun formation. QB, little power here for Starcevic, and Starcevic's going to get met and not going to be able to get really anywhere, but Starcevic does do a good job of somehow creating a yard, maybe 2, as he bounces to the right-handed side after you had Plants on the far sideline trying to create the edge a little bit here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, Trayvon Quam there as well, in on the stop, wrapping him up, grabbing. Credit to Starcevic, though, falling forward, gets that gain of 2. 3rd down and 6 here in this first possession as we start the second half.
Quite frankly, Starcevic probably should have got 0 yards on the play, but that 3rd effort allowed a couple extra yards, and we'll see if that can pay off for the Kindred Vikings here on a 3rd down and medium. Twins make that trip, still left, 1 to the near sideline here, as they got kind of an offensive lineman on the far side. Brooks Bako. Old jet sweep action, gets to the 25. Bako to the 30. Look out, it's a horse race now for Bako. Bako gets to 50, makes a man miss 40. Stiff arms a man, Bako. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Brooks Bako with a house call. A jet sweep of 75 yards. And giddy up, the Vikings up by 13.
Yeah, they send Bako in motion, just a little pop pass to him, trying to get him out in space. Makes that initial cut, and then all that, just making some moves, breaking a tackle, and then it was a foot race. He doesn't lose many of those. Big play to start the second half as the Vikings take that 2-possession lead.
Oh, you put Starcevic on the far side almost as a lead blocker. I was looking again going, there's an awfully large man at the 25-yard line on the line. Starcevic opened up the lane a little bit there, and the Vikings, as they did in the first quarter of the game, they do in the 3rd quarter. 3 plays for a touchdown, but this one goes 75 yards for Bako, and the Vikings lead it by 14 on the Bank North scoreboard.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
1 minute and 48 seconds goes off the clock. An 80-yard touchdown drive kicked off by a Bako, 75-yard score, and we saw a little bit of everything on that play by Bako to the far sideline, able to get through the initial wave of defense, spun and with a stiff arm, and then found his way for 75 yards. And quite frankly, here, Brady, you and I do not want to get in the track meet with Brooks Bako because we're going to lose even if we get 20 yards or 20 meters on the advantage.
I could get 80 meters, and I would still lose by about 15 meters in a 100-meter dash.
As we will put this one on the tee for Haley at the 40. Again, 21-7, first 2-score lead for either team here today. Central Castle retrieve this at the 17-yard line. Squirrels able to make their way to the 35, and Crochet bulldozers to about the 38-yard line. That's where Central Castle start for the first time in this second half.
First possession of the second half here for Central Cass. See how can they respond after that Viking touchdown. It's a 2-score deficit. Central Cass still plenty of time. Still, 22 minutes left in the game. No need to panic. They can still run their offense, but kind of get the sense they got to at least get some positives out of this first drive of the second half.
Central Cass 2 years ago in the quarters were down 2 scores in the second half, down 10-0. It's a little bit bigger of a deficit, though, at 14 points. And it doesn't have it the you have to score, but as Brady said, this is something if you're the Squirrels, you do not want to give the ball back to Kindred, trying to get up by 3 possessions. As they will pop this pass out to Crochet. Crochet gets to the 40, maybe an extra yard or 2 there as they're trying just a quick little screen play on the outside, and they will give them a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, just get Crochet out in the middle. Again, just try to maybe set up some timing here with your quarterback in Kegley. Try to get some positive yardage on second down. Able to do so. Picks up 3.
2 wide receivers, right, 1 to the near sideline here as Brody Kegley goes in the pistol formation. As Kegley looking for the handoff. This one gets maybe about a yard, and that's where it will be for a gain of about 1 on the play. Maybe actually a loss of a half yard as Cruchet comes up a little limp.
Yeah, Tyson Johnson meeting them in the hole, able to stick him right there for no gain and sets up 3rd and long.
Kindred hustling defensive linemen in and out. 3rd down upcoming. Kegley, 2 wide receivers again, both right and left. Vikings with 3 down linemen here. Play clock gets to 20 as Central Cass will survey the defense one more time. A little play action. Kegley with some time. Kegley rolling, and Kegley is going to get sacked. He had not 1, not 2, but 3 Kindred Vikings players in the backfield, and eventually the Vikings come up with the sack with Lincoln Swenson.
Yeah, we do have a flag deep in the secondary areas. There was some jostling along the far sideline where the squirrel bench are, but the rush just gets home. Tough to ask your offensive line to hold for 3, 4, 5 seconds, but Central Cass able to get a break here on the defensive penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a defensive hold at the 48-yard line of the Kindred Vikings, so you will take it from the original line of scrimmage at the 41, mark it off 10 yards, and that's enough for the first down, and that'll be the 4th penalty on Kindred here at 40 yards, and mark that as well if the Squirrels can somehow pounce and get a touchdown here, as Central Cass gets new life, because that would have been a 4th down and a country mile after the sack. Instead, it's new life here. Ball spotted at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Kegley hands it off. Cruchet trying to make his way for a yard, maybe 2 on the play, as the Vikings do a good job, and that's what they've done all season long, Brady, is they don't miss a lot of tackles in open space.
No, they do not. A great tackling team, and that's especially what you need right here with how Central Cass is trying to play. Going to try to chip away. You need that first tackle, limit a 2-yard gain. A missed tackle maybe makes it a 5-yard gain. Try to keep them behind the chains if you're the Vikings.
Central Cass, both 2 wide receivers left and right. Kegley, little play action, pops a pass. This one at the 38-yard line looks to be complete inbounds. It is for 4 yards on the far side of the field to number 4. That is Anthony Garman.
Yeah, Garman there, I was watching it right there. Comeback route, a great job of footwork. Able to plant the foot down, turn back, create a little bit of space, get the catch for positive yardage, set up 3rd and manageable.
Garman, 2 catches for 7 yards, 3rd down and short upcoming. Cruchet gets to the 35, and Cruchet looks like he's got enough past the 34 to the 33 for a gain of 5.
Yeah, Cruchet just finding a hole again with the cutback. The play was to the left. Saw a little bit of an opening on the right off of guard, in between guard and tackle. Able to get skinny, put the head down, churn for the yardage, and get the first down.
So 1st down upcoming here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Trips to the left, 1 to the right-hand side of the formation. Kegley pops a pass this to Thompson, and Thompson gets wrapped up in open field here by the Vikings with Isaac Spellhog, but it is a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, comeback route, trying to get Thompson out in space. Credit to Spellhog, playing a little bit off there, but read it perfectly, attacked Thompson, met him right when he caught it to limit to just a gain of 2.
First catch for Jake on the night. He has 46 receptions coming into this game with 9 receiving touchdowns. 2nd and 8, first possession of the second half for Central Cass at the Vikings 31-yard line. And that goes to Noah Tholks past the 30. And Tholks will get popped out of bounds close to the 25-yard line, and they're just getting the ball out quickly out of Kegley's hands here, Brady.
Yeah, you know, you've seen it throughout there. Kegley has had to scramble around a lot. The defensive line, the pressure from Kindred has got to them a lot, not necessarily for sacks, but at least for QB pressures. So how do you manage that, counteract that? Try to get the quick passing game to limit the pressure from the defensive line.
So 3rd and 2, and what is definitely a 4th and go for it situation if the Squirrels do not get a first down here, as both teams make a little bit of substitutions here. Twins to the right, little wildcat formation with Cruchet. Pearson stands in the slot, 7 seconds. Cruchet weaving his way to the right-handed side, and it looks like he gets enough as they went behind the 6'6 junior right tackle, Aiden Wunderlich. I would go behind him, too. That's a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, Wunderlich, that's a big boy right there. Wildcat formation, give it to Cruchet. Look and find the big lineman. Go right by him, get the yardage you need for a first down.
High school football today here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here. Just over 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation, trying to double move. Kegley leaves the pass to Cruchet. Cruchet picks up a block at the 20, and Cruchet buries his way to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, double move pump fake there. Tried to get Garmin. Good coverage there, but Kegley stayed with it. Found Cruchet, just turned around in the backfield. Flip it out to him, get some yardage, and a positive gain.
And the old adage, just make something that's in front of you, get as most as you possibly can. 2nd and 1 as they're in the red zone. Fumble! Ball's out. Kegley picks it up, and then he takes a knee, and he gives himself up, and the Squirrels might want a little bit of a late hit on the play. I don't think they're going to give anything to him as Kegley popped the ball, and the Vikings were right there immediately. The ball came out after Cruchet just got decked right at the 20, and this will go all the way back to the 21, maybe 22-yard line.
Yeah, Tannen Johnson was shot out of a cannon, able to meet Crochet right as he got the handoff, forced the ball out, a fumble. Good lucky bounce there, went right back to Kegley, able to pick it up, just falls to the ground.
Yeah, so Cruchet is going to check out of the game here as Central Cass will bring a new running back in with Graber into the game with Graber, Twins both right and left. 5 seconds left on the play clock. The snap is bobbled. Kegley looking. Kegley pops it past this one, coming back to the end zone. There's a flag in the end zone on the far side. They had a man going up the field with Pearson. Then they went back on the far side to Garmin. This one will be incomplete, but there is a flag on Jack McDonald, and this will go against the Vikings.
Yeah, credit there as that one with the backup quarterback, a miscommunication on the fake there as the ball was popped up on the fake to Graber, but Kegley able to get on it, looking for Garmin. A great pass there, forcing the defensive pass interference and a first down.
Ball will be spotted at the 21-yard line. We'll see what the official call is again. Pass interference on the Vikings. White hat again is Wayne Grippentrog here today, and they will mark it half a distance to the goal at the 10-yard line. And for the penalty, that'll be a penalty of 11 yards. So 5 penalties now for 51 yards for Kindred. For the Squirrels, they have 6 penalties for 31 yards. Regardless, it's a first down upcoming here, and the Squirrels will hand this one off. Cruchet gets back in the field, make that Pearson on the rush as he gets past the 10 to about the 9 for a gain of 1.
Yeah, Pearson just lowering the shoulder down there. Again, positive yards. Want to get it was met at the hole, but falls forward. You cannot afford negative plays there. Able to salvage, get a yard out of it.
And this is also interesting where they mark the football. The Squirrels do not need a touchdown. They need about the half-yard line for a first down, but obviously that's awfully – the goal here is to try to get in the end zone, but regardless, they don't need to get in the end zone on these next 3 plays. They at least need a first down here. Kegley has time, pops the pass, slips it to Pearson, then McDonald comes in on the tackle. That'll be a gain of about 1, and the Vikings defense is flying around these last 2 plays.
Yeah, the screen pass there to Pearson. Maybe a bit of a slow developing play, allowing the Vikings to react to it a little bit, able to swarm to the football and force just a gain of 1.
Pearson so far on this game does have the lone touchdown via Kegley 15 yards earlier in the drive. Viking fans on their feet, under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter on the Bank North scoreboard. The Squirrels knocking on the door at the Viking 8-yard line. 3rd down and 8 upcoming here for Central Cass as they survey the defense here. Twins left, Twins right. Pearson to the left of Kegley in the shotgun. Clean snap this time, pops the pass. Thompson, one hand and nearly got the catch, but it'll be incomplete. A double coverage. McDonald on the coverage with the free high safety of Spellhaug. Kegley couldn't almost throw the ball any better. Thompson had to spin, almost got it down with the one hand, but couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, just trying to give it to one of your big guys there. Throw it up, lob it up into the end zone. Thompson got one hand on it, just unable to secure it. He was falling down to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Twins left, Twins right yet again here for Central Cass. Again, they don't need to get in the end zone, but they need at least the 8, make that the half-yard line for the first as they're currently at the 8 near hash. Thompson motion man into the slot now on the near side. Kegley looking, Kegley rolling right-handed side. Kegley trying to find a man open in the back of the end zone. Pass is incomplete. It's incomplete as they were looking in the back of the end zone for Parker Wixo. And the Vikings defense holds and forces a turnover on downs.
Again, credit to that Kindred defensive line. They only brought 3-8 in coverage, but the Vikings defensive line able to get enough pressure, able to force Kegley to roll out. Then it was a scramble drill there. Kegley just misfires a little bit high. Would have been a tough catch in the back of the end zone. Forces the incomplete pass and the turnover on downs.
This will be at the 8-yard line. The Vikings, again, the 75-yard rushing touchdown for Brooks Bako to start the third quarter of play on their third possession, make that their third play of the half. Coming up on our post-game show, brought to you in part by Farmers Union, Wadley, and Kramer Agency. We'll take a look at the final numbers. Also, we'll hear from the victorious players coach, that and more, but still a lot of football to be played before we get there. Swenson hops his way to about the 10 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Swenson leaving his feet there, kind of gets hit right in the mid-air, kind of does a flip cartwheel somersault, able to fall forward, though gets out past the 10, a gain of about 2, and second down.
If you're the Vikings, this is the old 4-minute offense, trying to bleed the quarter, but first things first, you need a positive first down here in some capacity, as you don't want to have a turnover or anything funny with the ball being at your own 10-yard line. On the opposite side for the Squirrels, you got to feel like you got to get off the field here quickly to try to get the ball back offensively. Starcevic trying to get the play off. He was looking, surveys the defense, handoff to Swenson. Swenson has a little bit of a crease. Does a good job following Tate Miller to about the 13, 14-yard line for about a gain of 3 yards. Central Casto did a good job wrapping him up. Pearson, one of those, in on the coverage.
Yeah, Miller there, great job moving the his guy back, but swarming defense there by Central Cass, keeping Swenson in front of him, limiting it to a gain, and brings up 3rd down and 4 here. Can the Squirrels get off the field and try to get their offense back and try to keep the momentum they got on that last drive?
Swenson, 14 carries for 85 yards. I formation as the Vikings will motion both Bako and Bindis now tight on the tight double I formation. Pitch play outside. Swenson trying to get to the edge. Swenson able to get to the edge, but eventually tackled at the 16-yard line. On the far side, coming in on the tackle here for the Central Cass Squirrels is Colton Cruchet.
Yeah, Cruchet there. You know, we know what he can do on the offensive side, but a great open field tackle there on the defense. If Swenson's able to break that tackle, it's a first down, but able to get the tackle behind the first down marker, forcing the punt and the chance for the offense to get back on the field for the Squirrels.
In a game that's an hour and 35 minutes of actual time old today, Bako stands where his number is at the 2 here for the Vikings. Clean snap, right-footed kick up coming by Bako. Will edge to the near side on the Vikings side of the field, roll at the 44, and that's where it'll bounce out of bounds. So go from the 16 to the 44, and the Central Cass Squirrels for the first time today will start in positive field position. On their 9th possession, they will start at the Viking 44-yard line.
Yeah, great field position. You really felt in that first half, Central Cass was just behind on that field position game. Seemed like they always had to go, 70, 80 yards if they wanted to score. Out in positive territory, already in Kindred drive. They made some good possessions. Some of the adjustments able to work out for Central Cass. Can they get those final 10 yards and try to put in the end zone and get it back to a 1-score game here?
On the Bank North scoreboard, go to banknorth.bank. That again is banknorth.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bank North has been trusted financial partner for generations. It's values-based banking. Again, go to banknorth.bank today. So if you're Central Cass, they can't get the playoff, or does Tommy Butler have to call a timeout? He will, as they couldn't get the offense out on the field, and could be a large timeout later in the game as the Squirrels have to burn one here in the 3rd quarter. We'll break with them. 2:11 left in the 3rd. Squirrels will have it 1st and 10 at the Viking 44-yard line.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
As we come back here for the quick timeout, Squirrels will have it at the 44-yard line. They're looking to leave a pass to Pearson, and Pearson's going to get decked eventually by Tyson Johnson. That'll be a loss of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, trying to get Pearson out in space. Give credit to Johnson, able to meet him there in the backfield. A tackle for loss. Out of the timeout, a loss of yardage, something you will hope to avoid if you're the Squirrels.
Central Cass with completions of 3, 4, 2, 5, 8, and 1 yards on the last possession. So a lot of quick passes here to Cagley. We'll see what the adjustment is for Kindred defensively here. Now it's being 2nd and 12. This is going to be a double pass. Thompson looking down the field, has a man wide open. This one going to be caught by Cruchet at the 25. Cruchet spins out of a tackle and eventually wrapped up there. The double pass works to perfection. If that one's maybe a little bit better thrown, we might be talking a touchdown. Regardless, though, an explosive play for Thompson to Cruchet.
Yeah, Tommy Butler opening up that bag of tricks. The double pass with Thompson We know he can throw. He threw on that fake punt attempt there. Works to perfection. Cruchet, no one near him, able to get a first down.
4 receptions, 38 yards now here on the reception for Cruchet. And Cruchet able to dive his way to about the 23-yard line for a gain of 3 on the rush.
Yeah, gain of 3, try to keep that positive momentum going. Tommy Butler trying to maybe work a little bit fast. The differences in offensive philosophy. Kindred wants to take 40 seconds. Central Cass wants to take 10, maybe 15.
As they will take a look at the far sideline as they get the hand signals, as Kegley then looks down at the wristband with the rest of the Central Cass Squirrels here. Second down upcoming. Game clock under 45 seconds here. Kegley looking for the double move. Kegley pops a pass down the field, coming back for the football. This will be incomplete. Wixel on the intended receiver. Sawyer Hess on the coverage.
Yeah, trying to get Garmin there once again. That's something they've done in this second half, trying to free up Garmin in space, trying to get some more pass attempts to him. Falls incomplete there to bring up third down.
Kegley with that little pump fake, trying to see if he can get someone to bite, but the Vikings defense has done a good job going step for step at particular times throughout this game on the tight end and wide receivers down the field. Third down upcoming for the Squirrels. Ball spotted at the Vikings 22 on the far hash. They will need the 15 for the first. Kegley in the gun. A little delayed play action. Kegley rolling. Starcevic applying the pressure. Kegley evades a sack. Weaves his way to the right. Kegley looking. Kegley passing. This one is going to be complete at about the 16-yard line. And Kegley, kind of like Jake the Snake Plumber on the play, able to get about 5, maybe 6 yards as a Central Cass Squirrel who caught the football. Pearson took a shot.
Yeah, scramble Joe there. Credit to Kegley keeping the ball alive. Credit to Pearson staying with it, just finding any space that he can. Trying to find a little bit of an opening, get the pass, as we'll see right by the sticks, as I think we might have our second measurement today.
Yes, we will. They needed 7. It looks like they're going to possibly give him 7 as the chain gang will come out. We'll see where they stretch it. They needed the 16-yard line, and this is going to be about a half yard, if that short. So 4th and inches upcoming.
Needed a Gene Steratore index card on that one.
Do you got your index card, Brady? Can you help out the white hat and Wayne Rippentrug? You got the index card.
Oh, I got plenty of stuff in my binder here.
So 15.3 seconds remaining. Once they will reset the clock, the Squirrels don't have to run a play to get to the fourth quarter, as a note if you're looking for a hard count. So that's something to make note of. Central Cass 2 timeouts remaining. Kindred with 3, but a really nicely done play again by the quarterback, Kegley, just somehow finding a way to get the yardage, as Pearson right now is a little bit hobbling on that ankle as the Squirrels will huddle up here. Game clock winding to 10. Central Cass quickly getting to the line here at 5 seconds. They go under center, trying to get the hard count. And then Thompson goes back to the gun, and we will go to the fourth quarter of play. So after 3 quarters of play on the Bank North scoreboard, it's Kindred 21, Central Cass 7, but it's 4th and inches at the Vikings 16 for Central Cass when we come back to start the fourth.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleveguard Rentals 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
As we get you ready for quarter number 4 here, as the Squirrels are going now to the south end zone, as they will have Cruchet in the shotgun little wildcat formation here. Cruchet keeps it. Cruchet gets past the 15 to about the 14, has enough for a first down for a gain of 2.
Yeah, out of the quarter break, no mystery in what they were going to do. Hey, Line up in that Wildcat formation. Give it to Crochet, one of your best players here. See if he can find that yardage that he needed. Got met at the hole, able to come off of a tackle, keep the feet moving, and able to kick up the first down.
First down for the Central Cass Squirrels, and what's gotta have it, touchdown situation for Central Cass. For the Vikings, you're just finding a way to get a stop, turnover, something to get the ball back to your offense and see if you can melt this game away to try to get to the Fargo Dome. As 30 more seconds come off the clock in between plays here. 2 wide receivers, both right and left. Play clock to 5. Crochet in the backfield again with Kegley. Kegley has some time. Kegley looking for a man. Kegley rolling near side and is going to eventually just throw this football away. The closest intended receiver was a defensive linebacker, Miles Stroh.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. Credit to Kegley. Saw the pressure was coming there, able to get out of bounds, out of the pocket, just put the ball into the sidelines, live to fight another down.
11 of 21 so far for Kegley for 53 yards and a passing touchdown through the air. Thompson's 1 of 2 for 21 yards. Crochet at the 10. Crochet puts the helmet down, and Crochet makes his way to the 6. That's a gain of 8, maybe 9 on the spot. Brings up 3rd and very short.
Yeah, gain of 8. Crochet, a late cut back there. Had to get out a gain of 5, then cut back towards the middle of the field. Picked up an extra 3 yards to make it 3rd and short.
Squirrels quickly get to line. Wixel lines up to the right. Twins to the near sideline as Crochet goes back in the backfield with Pearson. Pearson opens up a little bit of a lane as Crochet makes his way past the 5 to the 4. And it's going to depend on the spot here as they needed to. Crochet gets 2. It's just a matter of is it enough for the first? And Wayne Grippentrug says yes, it is. First down, Central Cass.
Great patience there by Crochet. Wait, see where the hole is, see where the blocks develop. Find that, get the 2 yards that you need to set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal opportunity for the Squirrels as they're at the Viking 4-yard line here. As again, same formation, Twins left and right. The Vikings with 3 down linemen playing with about 6 in the box right now. As you will have Kegley in the shotgun. Kegley, pop, pass, caught. This one diving for Pearson. He's down at the half-yard line. The ball came out late. They're going to say it was on the ground, so that's a gain of 3, and it makes it 2nd and goal at the 1.
Yeah, Pearson an out route there, trying to find the goal line, makes the catch, then diving for it. Was definitely on the ground, the correct call by the officials. Able to get a couple yards and set up 2nd down and goal inside the 1.
Yeah, this is about as close as you could bring your index card out as you were talking earlier, Brady. This is literally inches, centimeters, maybe even millimeters for where the nose of the football is trying to get to the end zone. But a lot of time coming off the clock here as this started back with 2:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter, under 9.5 left to play as they go back to the Wildcat. Clean snap. Crochet walks in. Touchdown, Central Cass.
Yeah, power football. Once again, that Wildcat to Crochet. It's what Central Cass likes to do in these short yardage situations. You needed a 1/4 of a yard, able to get just enough and put the Squirrels back on the scoreboard. It's a 1-possession game again.
So the Central Cass Squirrels' first touchdown since it was 8:11 left in the 1st quarter on the opening play, make the possession of the game. Kegley to Pearson for 15 yards for the score. This time it'll be the first score since then for Central Cass. This coming again at the 9:22 mark as the Squirrels get in the end zone with a Kegley 1-yard rushing touchdown. They will go for the 2-point conversion here. Play clock down to 5. Kegley in a pistol. Kegley, little read option. Kegley rolling right-handed side, looking for a man. Kegley pops a pass, toe drag with Pearson, and they get the 2-point conversion. Tommy Butler gets 8 points on the possession, and the Squirrels on the Bank North scoreboard are trailing it by 6. Nicely done by Kegley, rolling to the near sideline, trying to get some space and some time for his guys, and Pearson hauls in the 2-point. Kickoff is next in Kindred.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
So the Central Cass Squirrels able to get the drive down the field. as that one nearly goes 5 minutes, 4 minutes and 49 seconds, 44 yards. It does score a touchdown. A lot of short 3, 5, 6-yard plays and a couple of broken plays, if you will, by Cagley, Brady, that open up this game here for Central Cass, at least in this fourth quarter of play.
Yeah, Central Cass, the big play has not been developing, right? The pressure has kind of gotten to it, so they've had to adjust to maybe those short passes. It worked on that drive. They were able to get back in the end zone to make it a one-score game.
Squirrels kick this one off as this is going to be picked up by Johnson to the 30, near sideline 35 to the 40, breaks a tackle down to the 43-yard line. Brock Johnson with a nice return of 30 yards. First down and 10 Vikings at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, great job there by Johnson on the kick return, able to find some space, get you out towards midfield. And as you mentioned there, with that drive, right, with the short passes, did eat up a lot of clock. If you're Central Cass, you feel like you're just almost looking at the time now, kind of counting how many possessions can you get. Feel like you need to stop here.
9:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. 3 timeouts for Kindred, 2 timeouts for Central Cass, and the vuvuzelas and the cowbells are a humming and a banging here at Gerald Field in Kindred. Trips to the right, one to the near sideline. Motion man going right to left in the slot is Spellhog. Starcevic in the shotgun formation. Starcevic, handoff, Swenson. Swenson gets the 50, and Swenson barrel rolls his way to the Squirrel 47-yard line.
Great cut there by Swenson. Wurzma came in out of a cannon, able to get a hand on Swenson, but Swenson able to shed that initial tackle attempt, move forward for a gain of 8.
For the Vikings, it's about bleeding clock. It's about getting up by 2 possessions. If you're Central Cass, you can ill afford to give up a score. You can get the ball back, even if it's with 60 seconds, just trying to get the ball back with a touchdown to tie and then a point after attempt to win. That's the Squirrel side. Kindred right now with a 2nd and 2 at the Central Cass 47. Speed option play. This one goes to Swenson. Ball's free for a second. Then Swenson fortunate to get on the football, and the Squirrels with a stall tackle for a loss of 3.
Yeah, that speed option there. The pitch maybe just a little bit behind Swenson. Maybe Swenson already looking upfield, bobbled it. Fortunate to able to make up the recovery. But the Squirrels able to swarm, force a loss, and a 3rd and 5.
As we're going to have an official's timeout here, Swenson more than likely had a helmet pop off for a second, and once that happens, you got to come out. So they will come on for someone who's already had a 14-yard rushing touchdown in Brock Johnson. The clock will continue to wind now, but it's a 3rd down and 5, and fortunate again there with the pitch as it hits Swenson's shoulder pad, as you were talking about, Brady, that the Vikings got the ball back.
Yeah, for Swenson, ended up getting a cut on his arm, so he's getting it bandaged right now, blood on there, so safety reasons out on there. He's getting that taped up, hopefully to come back in the game after a play or 2.
3rd down and 5, diamond formation. Starcevic, QB keeper. Starcevic can't get out of one tackle, but he can't get out of the second. A late flag does come out after you get the stop there for Aiden Wunderlich, but we'll see what the penalty is. This is either a hold or maybe a hands to a face at some particular times, with it being in the middle. And it's going to be on Kindred as Grippentrog looks at Tommy Butler to say, do you make the 3rd and 15 or do you make it 4th and 5? And Tommy says, we're going to decline the holding penalty and bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, and there Swenson had to come out of the play. Maybe a little bit of had to bring up a back up there. It looked like Starcevic tried to give the give without a running back there. I don't know, miscommunication there, but Squirrels able to force the stop and the chance for the offense to come back on the field.
Try that little delayed QB draw, and Wunderlich said, I'm not having any of it. 4th and 5, Bako on to punt. Good punt on the far side of the field to about the 12-yard line. Pearson on the return. Look out, 20, 25, 30, far sideline, and Pearson gets 20 yards on the return, and the Squirrels will have it 1st and 10 with 7:21 remaining in the 4th, with momentum on their side here at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, momentum on their side. The fans are trying to get in here for those that are wearing red. Pearson able to catch the punt, saw a little bit of space, made a cut, made that first man miss, the gunner miss, able to get some positive yardage, try to set up your offense.
We have a Central Cass Squirrel down on the far sideline. We'll break here as they attend to him. Central Cass 1st and 10 at 7:21 remaining at their own 32 when we return.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
As Central Cass is attending to Pearson on the far side, he's able to get up under his own pressure here. So Pearson, though, will be out at least for the short term of this game. Central Cass will have it 1st and 10. They will mark it at the 32-yard line here. 2 timeouts remaining for the Squirrels. 3 timeouts remaining for Kindred. We'll get to our Farmers Union Wasling Kramer Agency postgame show, but before then, we got to find out who's going to win this puppy and advance to the Dakota Bowl tomorrow. Make that Friday morning, 6 days from now at 9 o'clock, either going up against the Cardinals or the Aggies. Chase Miller, Brady Siebels with you here today from Kindred. Clean snap, handoff, Cruchet. Cruchet able to somehow get about 2, maybe 3 yards on the particular play, as he's going behind Brady Plants at left tackle for a gain of 3.
Yeah, Cruchet had no business gaining positive yardage there in the backfield, just somehow able to sidestep, fall forward, turn to what could have been a loss of 1 into a gain of 4.
Under 7 minutes to play on the Bank North scoreboard here. Twins left, 1 right, pistol formation for Kegley again, as the Kindred Vikings are going to rush for Kegley. Looking, Kegley to the near sideline. Kegley throws across his body, caught by Thompson, who gets stuck by Hunter Bendis, but a gain of 7 yards for a 1st and 10.
Yeah, great job there by Thompson. Looked and saw it, scrambled drill. Bako was covering him, but then Pearson just able to find a little bit of an open space, get an opening, make the catch for a 1st down.
As the Central Cass Squirrels will move the chains here, 1st and 10 between the hashes at their own 44-yard line. Handoff, Cruchet to the 45, and Cruchet somehow slips from the 45 to the 47. Those extra yards or 2 coming there on the rush.
Yeah, Cruchet got wrapped up. He kind of came of a pile, and the next thing you know, Cruchet is on the other end of the pile, diving forward for another gain of 4.
Tommy Butler in our pregame show, I asked him, what does Colton Cruchet bring? And he says he brings a dog-like mentality. And speaking of dog-like mentality, Jake Starcevic now on defense, wraps up Cruchet right at the line, brings up a 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, Coach Bergedahl there seeing the pressure. Here's the momentum that you need here. How big of a defense is. Putting Starcevic on the field on defense. Comes up with a big tackle for no gain on that play.
Central Cass needs the Vikings 46-yard line for the 1st. Twins both left and right. Kegley has some time. Kegley steps up, and then coming in to sack him is Starcevic for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Starcevic bringing the pressure. It got home. Tavon Johnson as well from the linebacker position, applying pressure as well. Kegley just forced to fall down to the ground for a sack and 4th and long.
Play clock at 30 seconds here as Central Cass will look to go for it. You can punt, but if you punt, then the question is, what do you do? And Tommy Butler's going to make sure they drop their best play and talk it over on the far side of the field. We'll break with them. 5:18 remaining on the Bank North scoreboard in the 4th. 4th and 8 for the Squirrels at their own 46 when we return.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Coming up on our post-game show, again brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance, Wasling Kramer Agency in Castleton. You can contact Scott and Tyler and the crew out there. Visit Farmers Union Insurance in Castleton for great rates and local service that you expect. We'll obviously recap the game, get to some winning interviews from the victorious team, final numbers, that and more, but still a lot of football to be played. 4th and 8. Kegley in the gun. Kegley winds, throws, Thompson incomplete at the 41-yard line. No flags on the play as they were looking for Thompson on a little out pattern. There was not one but two Vikings there defensively. One of those was Miles Stroh, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they went to Thompson. Something, hey, you give the ball to one of your best receivers, just unable to make the catch. A big stop there for the Vikings. 5-13, Central Cass only with one timeout. As you mentioned, 4-minute offense here for the Kindred, trying to bleed some time away.
Yeah, you start taking a look and you say, okay, if you get 3 yards, 4 yards, first down, 3 yards, 4 yards, first down, 3 first downs might do it if you can, again, bleed the clock if you don't get it just on one play. But the Vikings, this game isn't over by any stretch. Need a first down or two to try to put this one away or get it in the end zone. First down and 10, shotgun, Swenson to the 45. Swenson gets stoned there. They keep the pile moving. A little help with Johnson. Swenson breaks out the pile, and Swenson, look at Kylan go. Kylan, house call, touchdown, Vikings. 46 yards for the score, and the Vikings now lead it 27-15.
That was all Kylan Swenson right there. Took the handoff, went into the pile, got some pushes from his offensive line. You think, oh, maybe they're getting a couple extra yardage. All of a sudden, Swenson pops out of the pile with no squirrel in front of him, takes it to the house, and retakes that 2-score lead.
And you got Tyson Johnson, who gave him a little Reggie Bush push, if you will, and then all of a sudden, it looked like maybe another Central Cass Squirrel player, if they would come in and tackle him or just stand him up, he might have had the whistle. But then, as Brady alluded to, you just saw a blue jersey come out of the pile that is named Kylan Swenson. And just like that, the Vikings are up by 2 possessions, and they will go for 2 to try to make this a 14-point contest. Starcevic under center. Starcevic pitch play to Swenson. Little end-around play as this one's going to be walked in for the 2-point conversion by Miles, the sophomore Theolgis. You pitch it to Swenson. You give it to the wide receiver on the near side to Theolgis, who walks in unevaded for the 2-point conversion. 5:01 remaining in the fourth, and this game has flipped on a switch. Vikings lead it by 14.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
The Kindred Vikings, after they get the turnover on downs, take it one play for a touchdown. 46 yards by Swenson. 2-point rush in by Theolgis is good. Still time remaining for Central Cass, but with 5:01 remaining in the fourth quarter, the Vikings now lead it by 2 scores, 29-15. And how this game has just flipped on the last 3 plays. Brady Siebel's on the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. You thought Central Cass had all that momentum. They got it within 1 score. They got the 2-point conversion, able to force the stop, but give credit to Kindred staying with it, staying in the fight. They get that turnover on downs and then give it to Swenson, and Swenson able to just somehow stay on his feet, keep the play moving, and get the touchdown to give them a 2-score lead again.
Haley, we'll see this Thompson looking to see if he can maybe throw or run it back, and just kind of ran out of room as Central Cass was maybe trying to run a little bit of a trick play, but where Haley kicked it, Thompson couldn't do much with it, and the Squirrels will handle it now at the 19-yard line. So far in this second half, turnover on downs, touchdown, and downs here for the Squirrels. Kindred, touchdown, punt, and touchdown. And by the way, those 2 touchdowns, 75 yards for Bako on a rush and 46 yards for Swenson. The difference, quite frankly, Brady, in this game has been the explosive plays for Kindred's offense.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really been an even game, but those 2 plays really have been what the difference maker was. Both plays just a great individual effort by the respective Kindred player to get in that touchdown, and that's what gives them that 14-point lead.
Vikings looking for a turnover. Turnover on down, just something that the Squirrels can't get in the touchdown. Play clock gets down to 2. They get the play off. Cagley in the gun, taking a shot down the field for Wixo. That'll be incomplete on the far sideline. Bako in on the coverage to stop the clock. But if you're Central Cass, you got to score with enough time to somehow get the touchdown. Whether you go for 2 or 1, it doesn't necessarily matter at that particular juncture. And then you need the onside kick, and then all of a sudden, here you go for Central Cass. If you're Kindred, all about keeping everything in front of you here and not allowing the Squirrels to break off a 50, 60, 70-yard kind of play. 2nd and 10. Trips near sideline, twins to left. Kegley looking. Kegley goes out of the pocket, throws across his body. Wide open Wixo at the 40-yard line. Nice bullet pass by Kegley for a gain of nearly 21 yards.
Yeah, great catch there. Able to find some space, pick up the first down, and keeps the chains moving as Central Cass trying to get back in this here, see if they can get some more positive yardage and some momentum.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch and catch there as you'll have a 1st and 10 upcoming. Kegley stepping up, pops a pass, and this one by Bindis, as that's not going to go far there for Easton Hoyland, and Bindis just shot out of a cannon, playing that linebacker spot, comes in on the tackle.
Yeah, absolutely. Read it perfectly. Able to meet the receiver right where he was. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Clock continues to wind now for Central Cass. Kegley looking for Thompson out of his outstretched hands. Thompson would have been open for about a gain of 5 on a little comeback route trying to get to the boundary, and now it makes it 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that's one of those. You need that type of a catch. Wasn't going to get you a 1st down, but was going to make it 3rd down and manageable. Thompson just unable to make the catch, and it makes the 3rd and long.
Trips left, twins the near sideline. Vikings with 3 down linemen here. Kegley in the gun. Clean snap. Kegley with some time. Now Kegley getting rushed. Kegley breaks out of a sack. Kegley rolling far side of the field at the hash. Kegley coming back. Bako with the interception at the 50-yard line. Brooks Bako, how do you do? The Vikings get the first turnover of the game.
Bako able to stay with his receiver. Eyes were looked at Kegley the entire way. Kegley, a great job able to scramble it, but fires the pass there, and Bako reading it, diving, gets the hands under the football, secures the interception.
And now for the Kindred Vikings with just 1 timeout remaining for the Central Cass Squirrels. Their fans can feel it here. All they need to do, get a 1st down or 2, and they will be finding themselves to the dome. If you're Central Cass, you got to get a 3 and out, got to rip at the ball, got to get the ball back quickly here for the Squirrels with 3:57 remaining in the ball game. On the Bank North scoreboard, handoff Swenson. Swenson to the 45-yard line. Swenson spins at the 45 and makes his way to about the 44 for a gain of 6.
Yeah, Swenson just finding some yardage there and able to get 6, and that's all you want to do if you're Central Cass, right? 4 yards in a cloud of dust, you got 6. You want to get some positive yardage. You want to move the ball down the field on some run plays. You want to get some 1st downs and take some time off the clock.
2nd down and 4, and you look at the play clock and the game clock here as it's about 3:05, 3:06 when Kindred needs to hike this one off one more time. As the fullback is Tyson Johnson. Swenson dots the I at midfield as Starcevic goes under center. As they take a look at the play clock here, down to 5 seconds. Motion man is Bindis going right to left. Handoff Swenson. Swenson trying to get to the edge of the 45-yard line. Swenson in the numbers at the 40. He gets tackled right where they needed to get 4 yards, and it looks like he's going to get it. Grady Link on the tackle. We'll see if the chain gang comes out or not as they spot it at the 40-yard line. As they will look across the field, it's going to be close. We've seen it be awfully close a couple of times here, and they will bring the chain gang out. So Swenson, 20 carries for 148.
Yeah, Link, a great open field tackle, able to get the hit to at least get him right at the 1st down to try to keep it, at least make it a question mark. As, again, the chains for the 3rd time will come out today. A big, important stretch here to see if it's a 1st down or not.
3rd and short. As you get the 1st down, you can continue to milk this game away. If you don't, 3rd and short upcoming. They will stretch out the chains. And it'll be 3rd down, not by much. We've had a couple of measurements that have been awfully close here this afternoon, Brady.
Yeah, not quite an index card, but maybe, like a restaurant menu type card, that type of thickness there. But 3rd down and short, and hey, if you're Kindred, hey, you'll take that because that'll be another 25 seconds off the clock. And hey, if 3rd down, 2 plays from the 1-yard line, if you ask Coach Bergad, hey, we can do that every single day.
And if you're Central Cass, got to find a way to make a stick here as they will go under center. Starcevic now goes under center. Hard count. Central Cass, it looks like they're going to flinch, but we'll see if you maybe had the right guard or right tackle move first for Kindred. The penalty will be on the Central Cass Squirrels.
Yeah, credit to them trying the hard count there. Kindred able to hold their water. If you're Central Cass, you're just trying to get some type of momentum here, trying to get an early start, just unable to time the snap correctly and give 5 free yards and a first down to the Vikings.
On Central Cass, now you start looking at the clock and your time management goes, well, 1 timeout remaining, 2:40 left. You can maybe get the ball back if you somehow get a turnover on downs, but you're not going to have a lot of time left with how Kindred is doing a nice job just allowing the play clock and the game clock to wait. As Starcevic slowly walks up the line, he sees the play clock at 30 and says, hey guys, no rush. Let's wait this one out. Get ready at about 15 seconds on the play clock, and then we'll get the snap off as they can make this almost to the 2-minute mark here for high school football. One wide receiver, both left and right. Into the backfield here is Brock Johnson with Starcevic at the 40-yard line. Jake gets the play off with 7 seconds on the play clock. Look at Brock Johnson, boot, scoot, and boogie down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Brock Johnson, a change of pace there. We've seen him making the most of his plays here in a first down run for the Vikings, and more time bleeding it off for their Kindred.
Yeah, Brock Johnson, a gain of 14 yards and a touchdown, and a gain of 13 yards as well for his 2 rushes. Not so much a change of pace between the Swenson, but Brock able to find the hole, find the crease a little bit there for the sophomore running back, make that the freshman running back again at 5'10" here for the Kindred Vikings. One wide receiver to the left-hand side, one to the right. Central Cass right now, they got to go for the football. They can only stop it one more time. They got 1 timeout remaining. Otherwise, Kindred, after this play, essentially can just take a couple knees and walk out of here with the football game. This will be spinning to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line as the rush coming there for Tyson Johnson for a healthy gain on first down.
Yeah, able to get positive yardage, able to get 4 right there, second down, as looks like Tommy Butler not taking a timeout, so the Vikings able to bleed another 40 seconds off the clock.
And Vikings looking to go into victory formation here as Central Cass again will not call the timeout. So all that Kindred has to do, 1 or 2 knees to the turf, and the Vikings will extend their winning streak to 24 straight and win 45, make that 46 of their last 48 football games on top of it. Starcevic under center, puts the knee to the turf. Central Cass will not call a timeout, and that'll officially do it here today in Kindred. The Vikings at 12-0 on the season have punched their ticket to the Dakota Bowl following a gutsy, gritty performance here today against the 4th-ranked and their rivals in the Central Cass Squirrels. Kindred 29, Central Cass 15. The Vikings and the Squirrels both score 8 points in the 4th quarter. Central Cass will finish the season 10-2. Tip of the cap to Tommy Butler, Central Cass team. Take a look at the Squirrels when he took over. 3-6 in 2019, 4-5 in 2020, 9 wins in 2021, 9 wins in 2022, 8 wins last season, and now 10 wins this year. It's not what the Squirrels wanted by any stretch of the imagination with their rival and a chance to get to the Dakota Bowl, but an awfully good season for the Squirrels. They're 2 losses on the year to Kindred, and that is it. Otherwise, they found ways to take care of business. Central Cass 10-2 on the season. The Vikings improve to 12-0. Our post-game show brought to you in part by Farmers Union Insurance. Wasling Kramer Agency is coming up around the corner. Again, your final here today from Kindred. The Vikings are heading back to the Dakota Bowl and a chance to defend their title 29-15 on the Big North scoreboard over Central Cass.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The state-of-the-art STEM Center, along with our theater, music wing, early childhood center, wellness center, and athletic complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with their academics and activities.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
RDK is your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro is now Agassi Precision Ag.
RDK 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 is now Agassi Precision Ag. You heard that right. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag. Same location, employees, and customer service you deserve. Visit us at planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
As we come back on the post-game show, here again your final Kindred 29, Central Cass 15. Post-game brought to you in part by Farmers Union, Wasling, Kramer Agency, and Castleton. Chase Miller with you alongside Brady Siebels. We'll hear from Brady in a few minutes once the teams and the coaches huddle up one more time here today in Kindred. Scott and Tyler, your local small-town agents from Castleton and surrounding communities, whether it's crop and farm, home and auto, health and life, commercial or recreational insurance. Visit Farmers Union Insurance in Castleton for great rates and local service that you expect. 29-15 Vikings with the win, and with the win for the Kindred Vikings, they continue on the win streak side of things as well, as the Vikings again have won their 24th consecutive game and 46 in the last 48 contests as well. They will play either Velvet Drake, Animus Garrison, or going up against the Cardinals of Langdon area Munich at 9 o'clock on Friday at the Dakota Bowl. Taking a look at the final numbers here in this one for both clubs. The Vikings would finish with 306 yards of offense, 266 on the ground. Big plays in the second half, a Swenson 46-yard rushing touchdown and a Brooks Bako 75-yard rushing touchdown as well. They go through the air, 40 yards passing. Starcevic goes 3 of 9. The Vikings did not even attempt/complete a pass in the second half. It did not matter. Bako 3 catches for 40 yards. Swenson 20 carries, 148 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Brock Johnson with 2 rushes for 27 yards and a score. Bako 1 for 75 and a score. Tyson Johnson 1 for 4. Starcevic 4 rushes for 2 yards here today. On the opposite side, Brody Kegley, 84 yards through the air with a touchdown and an interception. Cruchet in the game, 26 carries for 74 yards in this one. Kegley 4 for -11. Pearson 4 for 20. And then the leading receiver, Pearson, 5 catches, 24 yards and a touchdown. 3 catches, 28 yards for Garmin, 2 for 9 for Thompson, 2 for 10 for Tholks, and Cruchet 4 catches for 38 yards in this contest. As now the fans come out on the field on top of it, as we will allow Brady to try to track down the head coach or some of the players here in a moment as we take a look at the final again in this one. The Vikings 29, Central Cass 15. Central Cass Squirrels in this game 188 yards of offense here today. And this one is Brooks Bako gets a couple of high fives, a little fist pump, and has a chance to speak with our own Brady Siebels, as well as Bako just gets rushed by his mom with a big bear hug as well. Look out, Brady, you might get tackled down there, as we send it down to Brady Siebels again with Brooks Bako.
Yeah, Mom, that looked like a pretty good solid tackle formation or on Mom there, giving you the hug there.
Yeah, she's definitely pretty pumped. Big supporter for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of talk about this, how this game was able to progress. Obviously, the big start there, and it just kind of seemed like field position battle, ebb and flow, nothing else you'd expect against Central Cass.
Yeah, it was a high-intensity game. I mean, we could kind of just tell right from the get-go. I mean, they scored on their first drive. It was physical. It was a long game, but, we came out in the end.
Yeah, talk about that touchdown run that you had there to start off the second half there, just giving you in space, able to make a couple of men miss, and then it was a track meet and a house call.
Yeah, I just came across the formation, got the pitch, and then made a couple moves and just ran as fast as I can, didn't look back.
And then talk about that interception as well, that diving thing, able to kind of seal the game. What'd you kind of see on that scramble, Joe, from Kegley?
Yeah, I mean, the DBs did a good job of covering everything up. D-line was doing really well, too, and he didn't really have anywhere to go with the ball, so I just jumped it when I saw him throw it.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I know Coach talked about it, right? Celebrate as a team. How nice will it be the rest of the night to kind of enjoy this victory?
Yeah, we'll celebrate for the rest of the night, and then, maybe a little bit tomorrow. But then, Monday it's back to work for the big game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the big game well here, obviously taking the victory last year. How important is that, the fact that you kind of know what Dakota Bowl week is like?
Yeah, I mean, our team's got a lot of experience. We got a lot of seniors that have played in it 2-3 times. Good veteran group of guys that are just coming willing to play every game.
Yeah, Brooks, congratulations on the victory. Good luck next Friday.
Thank you.
That again, Brady Siebels and Brooks Bako, as Brady will kind of weave his way. Starcevic is in the end zone. Also now he's got to contend with family members and everything else to try to find a couple of other players, and the head coach, Eric Bergedahl, as well. As we will continue on this one. Again, your final today, 29-15. Let's now look at our Enbridge Energy player of the game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is Enbridge.com. I think a mixture here of Bako, Swenson, and the offense and defensive line was the recipe at the end for the Kindred Vikings. When you can get a Kylan Swenson to have the rushes that he did, 20 carries for $148, 2 scores. Give credit to the offensive line to open up those holes, obviously. Give credit to Brooks Bako with 2 game-changing plays, an interception, and a 75-yard rushing touchdown as well to open up the second half of play. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it was the Vikings offense and defensive line to limit the Kindred Vikings with under 200 yards of offense, and then themselves get over 300 yards on the ground as well. So a lot of things that went awfully well at different particular times here today for the Kindred Vikings. Again, that's our Enbridge Energy players of the game, the line, Swenson, and also Brooks Bako here today. And go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. It is Enbridge for life. Again, it's our Farmers Union Insurance Swasley and Kramer Agency post-game show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear some more of the Vikings victorious players next on your LiveEvent.com.
If you're ready for a great meal, head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G's Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
As we continue on our post-game show, Brady Siebels weaving his way to a senior center, and Tate Miller. Take it away, Brady.
Yeah, absolutely. Senior center Tate Miller. And Tate, congratulations on the victory. A dogfight here. Talk about what you're seeing out in the offensive line here.
We came back in the second half. We just started hitting hard. And that's basically it. It was really wet and muddy. That made it a lot harder on us, but we came through in the end, won the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about that adjustment you mentioned there. Really, what were you kind of seeing and kind of how you were able to really push the Squirrel defensive line back throughout the game?
Basically, we just started double teaming more. We started getting lower. Everybody was getting yelled at, so that made everybody go harder. And they're our rivals, so we just want to hit them.
Yeah, absolutely. How much was it? How fun is it, right, to play this game against such guys? You mentioned the rivals. Kind of felt like maybe a little bit of extra juice here during the game today.
Yeah, there definitely was. I mean, they're our rivals. Obviously, we're going to play our hardest against them, and that was definitely the hardest game all season, so love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now advancing into the Dakota Bowl, how exciting is it the fact that no matter what, hey, you get one more week of your high school career?
It's really nice. I mean, losing today would have sucked so bad. Just amazing to play one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you, the memories here that you'll make here? Obviously, you hope that you make one more really exciting memory next Friday.
Yeah. I mean, obviously our goal is to win, and that would be, like, best thing we could do, build a legacy for the school and stuff, yeah.
Tate, congratulations on the victory. Good luck next Friday morning.
Thank you.
That again, Tate Miller, Brady Siebels here on the post-match show. As we kind of said, the offensive line and defensive linemen at particular times, as Eric Bergedahl again is about at the 20-yard line there. Brady to your right, as we're kind of playing Where's Waldo here a little bit, as Brady weaving his way, as we heard from a couple of the players here, and we'll try to hear from the head coach Eric Bergedahl, as well as Brady's kind of making his way, as Eric again talking with some family and friends. As let's toss it down to the field here, Brady Siebels again with the head coach. That is Eric Bergedahl.
Yeah, Eric Bergedahl, congratulations on the victory here tonight. I know we talked to you at the halftime and kind of said some of the adjustments that you need to make. What did you kind of see from your team in that second half?
Really nice responses when we need them. It felt like there was times where they were really going to, and they had some momentum in the second half. They had a really good game plan, and they played hard, but our kids just found a way when they needed to. So pretty tough kids, pretty gritty kids, pretty focused, and I think that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, you mentioned they're able to kind of answer there, kind of cue that momentum there. Talk about that stretch really in the final, 7-8 minutes there. Central Cass had just scored, brought it to within a 6-point game. They're able to then get the ball back there, but defensively able to get a turnover on downs, and then Swenson able to do Swenson things and get the touchdown to give you that 2-score advantage again.
Yeah, and I thought that run by Kylan defined him really well and just kind of defined us as a team pretty well. When you got to put a team away, you need a couple yards, get a couple first downs. They answered the bell, and the offensive line did a nice job, got really good push at the end of that play, and, Kylan's so dang tough, he's not going to go down. So it was awesome to see him sprint that one in.
Yeah, you mentioned there the line play. We talked with Tate Miller about it a little bit. The line play really seemed like offensively able to get those good pushes, as well as defensively, even when you brought 3 or 4, able to kind of force Kegley to try to scramble around. Got to be pleased with the line play today.
Yeah, both sides, and it wasn't easy. Like we had to fight for everything, and when we needed to stop at the end, we got it. Like you could tell our pass rush was wearing down. They're getting tired, but then the coverage would kick in. We knock a ball down or whatever it was. Just pretty good complementary football, pretty good team.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you talked about it with the team. I know they're going to enjoy the tonight here, kind of take the next 24 hours, but a quick turnaround as 9 a.m. Friday morning for Dakota Bowl.
Yeah, is it 9 a.m.? That will be a tough turnaround, but hey, this is a fun week. We'll try to enjoy it the best we can and just focus up and, prepare as well as we can.
Yeah, the Aggies to be determined for who you're going to play, but I know it doesn't matter. You're just excited that you're going to be in the Fargo Dome.
Yeah, it's not easy to play in this game. A lot of things got to go your way throughout the course of the season, and you got to get better as the season goes to be able to play in this game, and that's something I thought we were able to do, that we're playing our best football in the postseason, so we'll see what happens next week.
Coach, thanks for the time. Congratulations on the advancing into Dakota Bowl, and good luck next Friday morning.
Yeah, thank you.
That again, Brady Siebels with Eric Bergedahl there on the post-game show. We'll take a quick break and put a bow on this one next from Kindred. Again, the Vikings advance to the Double-A, make that the Single-A championship, but again, trying to defend their title back-to-back years. We'll put a bow on this one next here in Kindred.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
As we come back on our final segment here again on the Farmers Union Wasleen Insurance, Wasleen Kramer Insurance Agency post-game show, taking a look at some of the scores across the way. And then we'll put a bow on this one with Brady Siebels. Waiting until he hears from the head coach. That is Tommy Butler. Fourth quarter play on the East Coast. Rutgers 26, Minnesota 16. 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter in that contest in college football. In the Missouri Valley swing of things, South Dakota State all over UND, 31-7. 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We'll get to the high school scores in a moment, but Brady Siebels has found Tommy Butler for the final caption here of the 2024 season. Take it away, Brady.
Yeah, talking here with Coach Tommy Butler. And Tommy, I know a tough loss here, not the outcome that you wanted. It seemed like that fight in the second half was it made it a pretty interesting game here for the Squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, we're 5 minutes left to go, and we're one score down. So, I mean, I could be more proud of these kids. I mean, they battled. They went crazy. Just fell a little short. I mean, they're a really good team. So I'm hats off to them. I mean, that's why they're probably 23 or 24-0. They're a really good team. So hats off to them. They deserve to get that win. So.
Yeah, absolutely. A team that you're very familiar with in the Kindred Vikings. I know a lot of great seniors here that played their final game for the Squirrels. Just talk about what this senior class has meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, they leave a tremendous legacy here. They've worked their tails off. You know, I don't have enough good words to say about them. I mean, they've done everything that we've ever asked from them. I have a blast coaching them. You know, I just feel extremely blessed just to be their coach. So hopefully we've made an impact on them. Hopefully we've you know, helped them become better men. Because regardless of us winning this game or losing this game, if they suck as husbands, fathers, and you know, coworkers, and we didn't do our job. So I'm super proud of this group, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of the thing you hear, especially that is right. You try to improve the program, make it better than when you came in there. I think that's something this senior class definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, they've like I said, they poured their guts into this program. They did everything that we asked. I just fell a little short to a really good team. So nothing to hang our heads about. I mean, obviously, again, we want to win. We want to win really, really bad. But I can live with this effort. I mean, we had great attitude, great effort. That's what our program's built on. And you know, I thought we showed that today, and you know, we just came up a little short, and that's all.
I know, and likewise here, you mentioned the seniors, but a lot of juniors, some sophomores as well. There have been a lot of contributors, and I know before you know it, you'll ask them to be put on some work with some workouts, as well as it's their program to try to take the step up starting next year.
Yeah, I mean, they're ready to take that step up, but you know, I'm just going to enjoy these guys here for the last little bit of time that we get together as a group. Obviously, we'll try to continue to build and grow. But, you know, I'm just worried about, you know, making sure these guys know how much we love them and how proud I am of them to be their coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Murray, thanks so much for your time here. Thanks so much for your time throughout the season. It's been great to work with you, and congratulations on a great year.
I appreciate it, man. Go Squirrels.
That again, Tommy Butler with Brady Siebels here on our post-game show as we kind of put a bow on our coverage here today on YourLiveEvent.com. One more time, Central Cass will finish 10-2. The Vikings are unbeaten now at 11-0, and it looks like the Vikings, well, they'll have a rematch with who they played early on the season unless something changes, as Velva drank Animus Garrison up 18-0 over Langdon area Munich with 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. 9-man football, Lamore Litch-O'Mary and the Lobos up 32-8 at the half over Linton HMB. Strasburg Zeeland also just kicking off New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock and West Hope Newburgh, that game in New Rockford. So again, the Dakota Bowl will look like this. 9 o'clock in the morning will be this winner of Kindred against the winner of the Cardinals and the Aggies. At noon, it's the 9-man championship. At 3 o'clock, it's Red River going up against West Fargo Horace, and then the championship at 6:40 on Friday will be a pair of EDC teams in West Fargo Cheyenne and the Fargo Davies Eagles. Thank you all so much for tuning in to our coverage here today. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors from the regular season to the postseason, and once we get into the winter season as well. The Kindred Vikings down early, 7-0, came back, scored twice in the first quarter, 14-7 lead at the half, led 21-7 after 3 quarters of play. Squirrels cut it to 6 with 9:22 remaining, but the Vikings able to answer with a Swenson 46-yard rushing touchdown following a Brooks Bako interception on the very next play, and that was the difference in the second half. On behalf of Brady Siebels, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much again for tuning in to our coverage today for high school football in Kindred, as the Vikings have won now 24 straight and 46 of 48 games, and they will have a chance to defend their title on Friday morning against the Aggies or the Cardinals. Good evening, and make sure you join us for more high school coverage with Region 1, Region 2, and Region 3 volleyball on Monday on YourLiveEvent.com.